All right, and we are live. Hello, everybody. What's going on? What is
Hey,
going on?
everybody.
Hello. You got your girls Cindy Infinity and Melissa here, catching up with
Hey, everybody.
everybody. We wanted to come on and say hello and officially Happy New Year's because we haven't seen anybody since New Year's. So
Right. Yeah, it's been a minute.
it has been a minute, right? Oh, and officially It has been a minute. Hi, Stephanie Dawson. How are you? What's going on? Everything good with you? Hi, Chuck.
Hi, Stephanie. Hi,
Chuck,
Chuck.
one of my favorite good mods. How are you? How you doing? Happy New Year.
Hope everybody had a great New Year.
I know. Did you have a good New Year's, Melissa?
I did. It was very,
Hi.
very, very chilled, low key.
Mm. Oh, Stephanie, I'm glad. Okay, good.
For
Well,
my
we're glad we
daughters.
went live too. We're glad that you're comfortable to be here. We're very happy. I think I have my
hmm
glasses actually. I have my glasses here tonight. Look at this. Oh no, they're dirty. Oh no. You guys know about my pet peeve in dirty glasses? Stephanie, we're trying to get caught up too. Not, you know what? Here's the thing. No, we're not trying to get caught up. I take that back. I take that back. Um, we're just doing us. You know what I mean? We're just doing us over here. We're just going about our business and just doing our fun little chat over here. And we like that, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, I know, Stephanie. Seriously, it gives me like friggin' migraines for Christ's sake. Hi, Aussie Amy. Good to
No,
see
I agree,
you.
Stephanie. I hate that. Like, that's why I like to shut it down. Like, I don't even want no drama in my channel, especially.
No, absolutely no. I mean, what's going
Hi,
on,
Aussie Amy.
Amy? Aussie Amy's over here. How are you, girl? Happy New Year to you as well. Everything good? Everything good? Oh. So everything's good with you, Stephanie? Your New Year's was good. Everybody's been healthy and safe. I hope that everybody is having a fantastic. What's today? January 4th. January 4th.
hmm
That's right. That's right. So it
Hi,
is
beautiful random.
hi random. Hmm. Wait, Amy is hang on. I'm going through the chat here. Hello. What's going on? Oh, Amy, good. I just saw that. Oh, I was like, was she live tonight too? I'm like, damn. I'm like, you know what? I just schedule mine for when it's convenient for like me and Melissa, So that's when we decided to schedule it. Thank you, Chuck.
And
Thank you so
between
much.
work, between our jobs and our family lives, it's like when we can sneak one in, we're gonna jump in and get it.
That's the kind of the thing. It's like sometimes we'll say, "Oh my gosh," like 2 hours ahead of time, like, "Hey, can you go live tonight?" Yeah, I can. Okay, and then it's like if not, it's like no big deal. Like like just one of
Yeah,
those
just whenever
things.
we can.
Yeah, I mean, because Amy knows. I mean, anybody that has kids that has a channel that does their thing.
My husband
Um,
is so not used to me going live, and now he's getting used to it that he'll go, "Are you gonna go live?" Because if I am, he's gonna stay upstairs because he knows I'm gonna go downstairs.
oh, well,
I
that's
think
like
it's
me
funny.
too. Well, a lot of times, like we have, like I have like certain nights I go on, so the
Thank you,
dog.
Stephanie. I love the friendships we have over here too.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. I really do. I
I've been
really
knowing Cindy for a long time now, but I just love her more and more every day.
Melissa and
Love
I
some
always
Cindy.
like talked behind the scenes. I mean, just as friends. Like we became friendly on YouTube, like in a bunch of different chats, but like somehow we connected off of YouTube and like we just kind of kept it going. You know what I mean? Um,
hmm
and I mean, and it is what it is. Um,
You get those people you vibe with.
you gravitate. We were talking about this the other day. Like you gravitate towards ones that are like-minded, right? So
hmm
like even for myself, like when it comes to like my clientele, like with work, like I have, when I say like the most friggin' amazing clients, I have the most friggin' amazing clients. And everybody's always like, yeah, well, I have like those one or two that I just can't, and they're really stressful clients, and like they're really like, and I know what it's like because I've had them before in the past, like, when I was newly, like, in my career of, like, doing hair and doing makeup and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But, like, as time has gone on, I've cultivated people that are like-minded people. Like, it's just like you cultivate friendships, like, with like-minded people. Not that you have to be exactly the same, because no two people are exactly the same. But, like, I don't have any clients that give me agita or strife or anything like that. You know why? Because I don't I've kind of either weeded through them or I've turned them around to be clients that can talk to me and not feel like they have to be so aggressive. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people go in to a situation, whether it's a doctor's appointment or a hairstylist appointment or anything, and they feel like they're on edge or they have some kind of like a, I don't know, like a boundary or something like that. And I think
Mhm.
it's the same for friendships too. Like if you just have open communication with people, it's like anything in your family, like when it comes to like stuff with my man or stuff with the kids, like there's an open relationship there, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, and, look at that. See? Stephanie says, "You random, you're one of my favorites." Yeah. I mean, it's like we find each other, and you know what? Because like Melissa and I have a good relationship and a good friendship, like doesn't mean that everybody has to be like-minded with the same with us. You know what I mean? Like they might be different. But that doesn't mean we dislike each other. It just might be mean that we're on different pages. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. That's why, like,
Um,
I don't like to bash people for where what chats they go into. Like, I don't say stuff like that. I don't like that. You can go wherever you want, just like I can go wherever I want. You know what I mean? Because you can
mhm.
find so many. Look at that. Look at how the chats that I found you in, and
Yeah.
even like with random.
Very
You know what I
different ones,
mean?
very different
Very different
sectors.
chats. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you just never know.
yeah.
You can find good people in those chats. You know?
But, like, we were like-minded in the sense that we had different sectors that we went to, and we chatted in those channels that were completely different from one another, you know?
Right.
Not with like, we chatted in the chats, and then we saw that each other were there, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and so, like, that's really cool, I think that that's really cool. Um, I was listening to and I haven't really been listening to much because honestly, well, so, like, yesterday I was at oh god, I'm
Hi,
taking
beautiful
care of
Mercy.
Hey, Mercy Darcy, what's up?
The beautiful
Oh,
Mercy.
how are you? What's going on? Yesterday, remember I had well, nobody knows, but like I had to go have the start of some of my dental work done that I've kind of been putting off a little bit, and so yesterday, oh my god, my face was on the floor. Literally, it felt like my face was on the floor. Um,
Hey, Lazy Ranch. How are
hey,
you?
Liz Ranch, how you doing?
I hate dental
um,
work. Ugh.
Oh, dental work is just the worst. So, like,
Mhm.
it wasn't anything super crazy, but it was I don't know. It just put me out like for a day and a half. I was just like done, Mm-mm. I was just done.
I don't like
But,
dental work at all.
in my time of being out, you know, I I like to ponder things. I like to think about what's going on, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and I was going through I really haven't been on very much. We had a lot going on with the family, with New Year's. I had family in from town right after Christmas, so we had family over here visiting, and all that kind of stuff. So, I have not been on very much, but I was listening to a few things and I was looking at a few different community posts of people and I
Yeah,
get
same
tagged
here.
in things even when I'm not talking, even when I'm not talking. And I think my observation this past couple days, of not being on is such. And Melissa, hear me out here, and you guys hear me out here for a second. And Melissa, I want you to like obviously chime in on this and everybody else.
Okay.
I love how okay, like Melissa and I, we're very busy women. Like we have our own careers. We have children. You have grandchildren. We have busy family lives. We have just a plethora of things going on, right? And
Right.
we make the time to come onto YouTube when we can, and we have really good chats and really good friendships with people. And it's not about a numbers game for us. It's not about making money. It's not about gaining, all these new subscribers. Although, guys, please make sure you do hit the thumbs up. Please make sure you share this out if you can. And please make sure you comment if you're a replay watcher or whatever the case is, even when this live is done. We appreciate it because that's what gets the algorithm out there. But this is all
Right.
about good conversation, good camaraderie between not just women, but men too. So my thing is this, I'm watching around and I'm looking at things from a perspective and I'm like telescoping around and I'm like, damn, there's a lot of criticism. There's a lot of criticism from people that are not working,
Hmm.
may not have children, or may have grown children or child or whatever the case may be, right? Um, and they're being super critical of the women that have maybe younger children or grandchildren or like, oh, why basically like the excuse is always or the topic of conversation is, well, why aren't you going and taking care of your children? Or why aren't you going
Hmm.
or why aren't you going to do that? Like it's like, okay, if you look around and you're like, okay, you don't have a job, you don't have a job, you don't have a job, you have pending fucking court shit and arrests and bullshit going on. Okay, what excuse me, like, how is it that you're going to criticize me or people that are in the same situation? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't, right,
Hmm.
Stephanie, she goes, a lot of bitter Bettys. Yeah. Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Um,
It's
I just
annoying because, people like, I mean, I don't know if you were on the same chat that I was listening to earlier. It really pissed me off hearing that, I don't even know if I want to say her name. Um, well, I'll just say it, SG. Like, it made me mad. How dare you go after somebody who works and takes care of her children, and you're going to sit there and call them out for being on there just because you have day and night to be on there, and you are, lady. And you are. Don't get mad at some people
oh
that have kids and jobs and go on when they can. Like, what, you just want all the spotlight just for you? God forbid Swiss or somebody get on there. You know what I mean? That
yeah,
bothered
I
me
mean,
earlier. I was like,
kids are still
seriously?
on winter break. Like depending on what schools like your kids go to, there are kids still on winter break, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And as I find even with my kids getting older, like we have everybody on such a regimented schedule around here. But like sometimes we just want to kick back and relax the kids too, you
Right,
know?
right.
Like so like sometimes there's a day that we're like, listen, we don't have anything to do today. You guys can get up like when you want, come down, obviously like but we're all kind of we have a lazy day or here or there because we all need a mental reset sometimes. And every
Mm-hmm.
day is not a mental reset, whereas, like, these people that aren't working, it seems like every day is a mental reset or it's like a mental attack day.
Right.
Eh, so, like,
My
um
son and them, when they were just here at Christmas time, my son was telling his son to come down and visit with the family, and I'm like, this is their school break. Let them sleep in, let them
right.
rest, let them enjoy
Yes.
it. What is wrong with
Yes.
that? And I heard Swiss earlier say that she let her child sleep in today. It's their school break. And I was like thinking, good for you, man. Like, shit, I got so mad at my son for that. Like, let him enjoy his time. This is their
Right.
break. And you know what I mean? I don't know. I just like that she said she lets
No,
her
I
child have
hear
a
like
break.
it's
Good.
funny because like we have this like talk in our house too. Like we go back and forth on things. So like that like for the you guys that don't know, a lot of you do know, we were under construction for the past year here at my house. So like legit, like last year, this time of year right before this time last year, like right before Christmas last year, we literally sliced our house, like we took the roof off and we redid the entire upstairs and we basically pushed out the walls and everything and we made it from a 3-bedroom house into a 5-bedroom house. So now each of the kids has their own room.
That was such a
And
process. I remember it.
oh dude, like just from everything from like the town hall to or the planning and zoning and the getting a site surveyor and then having to go and petition them because we live in a non-conforming zone. I mean, listen, I learned all about shit that I probably should go and work for the town now because I know all about it. And like I should just go and work be like person because I learned so much about something that I had no idea about. But at the end of the day, like, we built these rooms up there for them. So now they each have their own space, their own bedroom as they're becoming teenagers, and whatnot. But like we have rules of engagement. So like the kids each have their own like TV, but like, they're only allowed on like screen time for so long. So like my kids are all of our like they're all outside kids. So they want to be outside. So like the fact that like we have a snowstorm looming right now, they're so excited about. Um, but like there's a day or two where maybe it's cloudy or it's rainy, and you know what? Kick back and relax. You guys stay up there if you want to stay up there. You come downstairs if you want to stay downstairs. Trust me, we had a lot of together time with no upstairs for almost an entire year. Okay, these kids were bunking out with us downstairs because we were just making it work. We had things in storage in our garage. All these different places that we had things stored at just to get this
Hmm.
done, and it took way longer than it was planned to, but that's always the case with construction, you know?
Right,
I
right.
mean, I still hosted, Christmas Eve last year, 25 people under construction. No, like not even like didn't even blink an eye. I was like, I'm just happy my family's here. We're just gonna do this. You know what I mean? Um, but it we kind of I've taught everybody sometimes you just have to roll with the punches. Not everything is on a super set schedule. The majority of my life, probably 95% of my life, is on a super set schedule.
Hmm.
So to indulge in the moments of let's just lay back and like take it easy today. Totally fine. You know what I mean? Totally
Right.
absolutely fine. Um, you know, um hang on one second. I'm gonna go back through the chat, you guys. I'm sorry, I was just like talking for a second here. Um, okay, Stephanie says when you hang on, let's see what shows up here. When you call someone out for something so ridiculous, it makes you lose credibility. Absolutely. Random says, my daughter slept all day. Correct. Marcy says, my son stayed late on vacation because it is very disciplined. Okay. He can sleep in if he wants, but we are early birds. But he has school and sports, and he leaves 7 a.m., comes home 7:30 p.m. after sports. Exactly, Marcy. That's my life. I'm telling you, we leave the house. We're up at 6:30 every morning, and we're out the door between 7 and 7:15 every morning. Yep.
Marcy says, I would never take parenting advice from
Oh,
SG.
yeah.
Me neither. Me neither. Oh my
That's that.
God,
She
me
goes,
neither.
never.
I want my
Oh,
kids to stay in my life. I want them to want to be around me. She's the last person I need
oh.
advice from.
Yes, Random says, yes, Marcy. She goes, mine are very responsible on school days, but if it's not a school day, they can stay up playing the game. So, like, mine can stay up talking to each other, but they're not up on electronics. So, the cool part about like the kids is like even though now they all have their own rooms, they pick a room at night sometimes and they all bunk out in one of the boys' rooms and they all bunk out together and they make
Right.
forts, and they're like all, teenager or right at that teenager cusp age. Sometimes the kids lose that innocence at that age, so I'm gonna
Hmm.
keep going as long as I can. You know what I
Well, and
mean?
like I don't when my son, is like disciplining his kids, I don't like to step in, and I usually don't. But like something like that, like I just,
Right,
let
right.
them be
Just leave them alone.
kids.
Just let them be. Just let
Yeah,
them
leave
be.
them be.
Let
They're
them
grown
be.
up at this house. Let them have
Exactly.
fun.
And exactly, Random. She goes, just as long as everyone is there for dinner, I'm good. I think, Random, were you asking me this the other day? Do we have family dinner every night? I go every fucking night. Every night we have family dinner. Every night. There's never
That's
an on
good.
the go type of situation unless we're all on the go together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we like might all be traveling to like maybe a sporting event like for one of the kids together, but we're all together and we're all eating together still.
Right. Well, and see, with me, it's just me and my husband, and our kids are grown and live in their own homes, and so when we're all here together, it's obviously a different story. But yeah, he doesn't even get home until 11:30 at night, and so it's like, when I get them all together and we have big dinners, I enjoy it while I can because it's not every day anymore.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I wonder sometimes, like, you know, like, because it's going to be everybody, because all of our kids are so close in age, like, everybody's going to be out the door in like 2 year be within a 2 year period together. And I mean like they're all gonna be, but I even keep saying like with the holidays coming up and like with them getting older, even as teenagers, they're gonna want to go and do their own thing.
Right, right. When I hear my kids ever complain, I'm like, enjoy them while you can because
Enjoy
we
it.
turn around and you guys are grown up and out on your
Absolutely.
own, and then it's really sad. It takes a minute to get used to, but it is very sad in the beginning, you know.
Yeah. No, I mean it's almost like a loss in some ways. Yes, people there was a crappy discussion, I think, and I only caught part of it today, and I'm not trying to I know. I'm not trying to bring light to a lot of it, but yes, exactly. Listen, part of your place setting is not your telephone, so leave it someplace else. That's what I say to the kids all the time. You
Mm-hmm.
know? It's just not. It's just not part of your place setting. We sit and like the kids, like that's what's so amazing about our kids is like they can organically sit down and like we'll sit sometimes like what'll happen is like, say like I've like, consolidated the dining room table because I have a leaf in my dining room table. So say the kids are sitting in the dining room and I'm getting their dinner for them, and then like my man comes in from work because he gets in sometimes as I'm serving dinner to the kids. We might sit in the kitchen like at the counter where I do a lot of my lives from. And like we might listen because we love to hear the kids just talk. Like we love
Mm-hmm.
to listen to them. They like little men. And I'm like, shh, I'm like, listen to them, like listen. And like they're doing such funny things and they're talking with each other. And like they're just so like cute. And eventually we'll go in there, but I'm like, I just like to listen to them be organic with each other and like
Right.
really be brothers. And it's like it's the cutest thing in the world because you know what? That's a hard thing. Like you got four boys in one house. That's a lot of testosterone, and they're all
Mm-hmm.
going through puberty, and they all are very independently, like their personalities are so different from one another. They're so different.
Right.
Um, and I'm not saying I'm a perfect parent by any means. Listen, but I got to tell you, I'm no slouch either. Like, you know what I mean? So if somebody wants to say, like, if I'm on it, like, now when the kids went to bed, or if I'm on at 2 in the morning when the kids are sleeping, you know what? That's my prerogative. I still get up and do what I got to do at the end of the day in the morning.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
Even if I'm tired as a freaking dog, that was my choice to be on, later on or whatever. Um,
Yep. And that's what I think that's what pissed me off the most about it earlier is that you don't even work, lady. You don't do anything but drink,
Yeah,
smoke, and
how are you
stay
gonna
on YouTube.
criticize? How are they
How
your
are
ability
you
to
going to
criticize?
criticize somebody like, like Swiss who works and raises her kids and is a productive member of society? Like, you sound stupid, lady. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I was
like,
like,
who
wow.
cares? I mean, oh, Stephanie says Stephanie, you have 4 brothers and you're the youngest, so you can relate. Yeah, I got a female dog to try to offset the testosterone level in my house. Didn't really happen. I'm the only female here. I'm the only one. That's okay. That's okay.
I think that's really cute, though.
I love it. I do. I don't know if I could have it any other way. I mean, I don't know. Oh my god, that's so funny, Stephanie. She goes, "Needless to say, guys were always scared to date her," which was oh, that's great. You had a bunch of gatekeepers at your beck and call without whether you wanted it or not, huh?
A bunch
That's
of security
hysterical.
guards.
That's hysterical. Yeah, the Gestapo. Like you stop at the front door, like the Gestapo. Yeah.
That's funny.
Um, Good night, Lazy Ranch. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate
Have a
it.
good night, Lazy
Thank
Ranch.
you so much.
Yes,
Thank
thank you for
you.
stopping in.
Thank you. Yeah, I just don't know how these fucking like we get called a bunch of broke ass bitches in
I
other words,
know.
right? And I'm like, how is it that we're broke ass bitches? I mean, listen, like, no. I mean, how is it that no one's calling anybody else on their fucking shit sometimes? And I'm not saying it in a derogatory way, but I'm saying, yo, what else are you doing with your life? Like for real,
Right,
you know?
right.
Come on.
SG, you're a broke bitch sometimes, okay?
Yeah, you're a broke. You're a broke bitch. You're a broke bitch.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, that lady, she's something else. Like, I don't even know how people can sit in her chat and encourage that shit. You know what I mean? Nobody calls her out, and I don't understand that. Like, they sit in there and just agree with her. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? I would hate to live next door to these people.
Mhm. I know. And like the other thing is too, like, I don't know. I mean, Marcy Darcy, I love her. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. She's so cute. Oh
Mercy Darcy.
my god, she's so cute. She goes, haha, as she's a broke ass who pays for it. Oh, hey Prue, how are you, honey?
Hey, Prue.
Oh, I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you the other day. I said, I have not talked to you, and I hope that you were doing okay with the holidays and everything. I'm so
Oh, I hope you're
sorry you're
feeling better,
down.
Prue. COVID is coming
Yeah.
back around hard. You notice
Oh,
that?
I'm gonna make a
I'm
birthday
sorry,
list. My
Prue.
birthday's in less than 2 weeks, and I'm gonna put toilet paper on my list. If anybody wants to support, I'm doing an Amazon list with toilet paper. How's
No,
that?
I agree, Stephanie. She's still just the Mino hag, always, you know.
Okay, so like the other thing is this, okay, and I have not, and I still am going to do commentary on, one comment that she made in her live. It was a couple weeks ago. Um, of course, Prue, I definitely will, sweetheart. I hope that you're. I'm so sorry that you're not feeling well. This variant that's going around right now has gotten some people. I know that because it got a bunch of people in my family that had never even had it before. Um,
Right. Feel better, Prue. Get lots of rest and lots of fluids.
yes,
Fluids are big on getting better, you know.
water and smart water, especially with the electrolytes and all that stuff. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh, it is the fourth time. Well, all right, I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Wow,
Absolutely.
this is the fourth time she's gotten COVID. Wow. Knock on wood, I've only gotten it once, but damn, that's a lot.
Two times, two times here, two times, two times.
She's gotten it
Um,
4 times. Jeez. That is insane.
yeah. So, what was I just gonna say? Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I know what I was gonna say. Um,
Can we pee on it?
okay, so
Cindy, you're coming in and out on my end anyway. I can't hear you very well.
all right, let me ask you guys a question. No, no, if I want to phrase
Cindy, you're
it
coming
as
in and
a
out.
question or more of a statement. Um,
Random. I haven't met anybody that's had it more than once too. Come here, baby girl. I think that she's dropped off, but she'll be back on, guys. I don't know what happened. That's so weird how that happened. Can can anybody hear me, guys?
can you hear me?
I can hear you, Cindy. Yep. Can you hear me, Cindy? Thanks, Stephanie. I don't know what's going on with Cindy though. I can't hear her at all. Cindy? Marcy, I know. I tell my parents to keep using theirs just because it's so scary now, you know? I need to start doing that too. I haven't been wearing mine. But my mom and dad are so old and they have like a lot of sicknesses, and I'm like, oh, I don't want them to, end up with that. I'm not sure what's going on, Marcy. I don't know what happened. She's, I hear something, but I can't hear her. I had my doctor's appointment today. I have to see my doctor every 6 months. And I don't know why, but like this last month, being diabetic was like on my mind big time, just because I think everybody in my family has it. So I'm like, "Ugh, I'm gonna get it. I know it." But I walk a lot and hike a lot, so
Mm.
I try to be positive. And so today when I was there, I had him do my testing and all that. And he's like, "Melissa, you're nowhere
Okay,
near a
can you hear me?
diabetic,"
Yeah, I can
and
hear
I
you.
was so happy. I was so happy about that. Yeah, we can hear you now, Cindy. Very true, Marcy.
Can
Yes.
you hear me?
Cindy, can you hear us? Yeah, can you hear us? I mean, can you hear me?
You guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on.
Thanks, Marcy. Yeah, I was happy about that. I called Cindy and I was like, "Oh, I'm so happy. Like my doctor's appointment went good."
Oh, Mercy Darcy, she says, where did Bonita go? Muy
Yeah,
bonita.
she's like, "What the heck happened to
No,
her?"
muy bonita.
Marcy, it's big in our family, and so that was worrying me a lot.
Yeah,
But he said, he's like, "I'm nowhere. You're nowhere near it." I'm like, "Oh, thank you, God." I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, working out, exercising, staying active, and hopefully that
yes,
works for me. You know.
yes. Well, diabetes, depending on what kind of diabetes it is, if it's type 2, it's actually reversible, even if you're diagnosed with it.
Right. Well, and see, the family members that have it, like my mom is really tiny. She's little tiny. But I have some siblings that are, because I'm the youngest sibling and my sisters are older and they're heavy set. And so my doctor said that that has a lot to do with it too, you know.
Right.
Um, but he just told me to keep doing what I'm doing. So
Um, that's it. Just keep doing. Yeah, random. I don't even use my earbuds when I'm on live now. I think it was because I'm in a different room in the house. And sometimes when the door gets closed, it gets a little wonky with the internet. It's not
I
like I'm
like
in
how
the west
I
wing
like
of my
how
mansion over here.
I like how Marcy calls you bonita.
She did that today. I'm like, muy bonita. Yes, Marcy says
Thank you,
keep
Marcy.
forward.
I will, as long as I can do it. As
Yes.
long as I sprained my ankle a couple of times and it holds me back for a minute, but then I get right back out
Uh-huh. Mercy calls me bonita, and I call her muy bonita.
there.
Mercy. She's so cute.
Well, Marcy, I want to be called Mamacita.
Mamacita. Mamacita. You know what my son calls me? He calls me Mami Imelda from, what is that? Coco? Is it the movie Coco? He always calls me
Oh, I've never seen that
he
actually.
always calls me Mami Imelda. I'm like, "Oh my god, that's so funny." And
Marcy, she is very bonita. She
um,
is.
thank you. Mamacita. Yeah. Mamacita, ¿dónde está Santa Claus? Remember that song? Oh my god, it's all I think of when I hear that, don't
When I always know when my grandson Giovanni wants something because it's always Nana, but if he wants something, he's like Nanacita, and I'm like,
Ah,
oh, what do you want?
that's it.
I'm only
That's it.
Nanacita when he wants something.
That's Mamacita. That's it. That's hysterical. That's the cutest ever. Melissa Mamacita. That's what Marcy goes, Melissa Mamacita. So I don't like when they write MM in the chat, like when they are addressing you.
Oh
Not
yeah,
they.
because then it sounds like mosaic, Mama.
Thank you. I'm like, this is tripping me up big time. I'm like having bad deja vu.
Yeah, they do
I'm
that
like,
a
I don't like
lot. I'm
that.
like,
No, we need
no.
something else. She's not MM. She's just Melissa. She's Melissa.
Mosaic reminds me of those. So I liked her when she first came out, but then she
Mhm.
got real fucking weird, real fucking quick. You know what I mean?
Things got dicey real quick.
Yeah, and so it's like I just now I just want to be more cautious. You know what I mean? I after everything, like I want to just be cautious. If I read between the lines of something, I'm going to go with my gut instinct. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I want to do things differently now, and I don't want to bring hate anywhere near to what I have like the on my
Yep.
channel. Like I want to do it all wildlife, positive, happy things, and so I'm just more cautious. So I hate being referred to. Um, somebody thinking I'm mosaic mama. I'm like, no, no, please.
Totally. Like you two probably have the most polar opposite personalities. Like
Hmm.
just in a lot of different ways, you
You know
know?
what's so funny is I was listening to Bobbles the other day, and Bobbles was saying she So a lot of chats I go into, they always just say Melissa, Melissa. It's always been that.
Right.
Tell me, why is Bobbles the only one who I've not been in her chats in how long until tonight, and she always gets it right. She always says it
Melissa
right. She's like
Bliss.
Melissa, Melissa. Yeah,
Mhm.
she is the
Well, I
only
said
one
to
that
you,
does that. And I was
even when I
even
did your birthday live, I go, it's Melissa Bliss with 3 S.
yeah,
Like,
but chats I've been in and was like there for a minute, it
right.
was always Melissa, Melissa, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna correct them, you know.
Right.
I just thought
You're not like Mary, quick and
right.
dirty.
Right. So I was like, wow, Bubbles always does that. She always gets it right. So I forgot to tell her tonight
Oh.
in that chat and say thank you for that, by the way, but I totally forgot.
Oh my gosh, these ladies are so cute. Oh my gosh, random goes, right, Marcy. I love how hardworking these two are, not only with work, but family and bettering themselves. This is why I hang around so much. Just want positive people in my life. Amen, girl. Like, let me tell you. Marcy,
Hmm.
I got Bonita and Melissa. Mom, I got Bonita and Mamacita Melissa. That's right.
I like it.
Mamacita.
Thank you, beautiful Marcy. I like it.
Mamacita. Um, no, I mean, like, it was like, oh, there's just been some like, and then this is the other thing too. I forget, I really truly forget how long I've been around, like in terms of like being online and being in, I don't even want to say the CWC community, but like part of people's lot. You know what I'm saying? Like I forget. And so like I think it was Chosen One Community. I love Chosen One Community. You know, people can hate Chosen One Community. Chosen One Community, you're the most awesome person sometimes because all the time, but you keep it real. You really do keep it real. And
Hmm.
I read a couple of things that you were saying in a chat one day, and you're like, Cindy's been around for quite a while. Like people don't realize like how long like we've been around,
Hmm.
And then other people come in and they don't understand. And I've never been that one to be like, oh, I'm gonna shun you because you're a newbie around here.
Right.
Right, Marcy? Like you forgot. Okay, Marcy Darcy, I'll tell you exactly where I remember you from. I know exactly where I first saw you from was Angie Reacts channel. That was where I first saw Marcy Darcy. That's how long.
Oh, I want to say that's when I seen her too.
I think that's where I first saw Marcy because I always remember her saying your name, and I was like, she says it's so cute with her southern twang, Marcy Darcy. Like she used to like always say people's names. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
yeah, that's where I heard twerking. She'd always sing it, twerking for
twerk.
love.
Oh, I love
I
twerk.
love twerking, by the way.
Yes,
Twerking is
twerk.
so beautiful. I love her.
Yes. Well, right, Stephanie. People have to learn for their own. Yeah. I mean, but like, people forget. People forget sometimes, or I forget, how long I've
Hmm.
been around for, you know? And
Right.
Chosen One Community like made it a point in um someone's chat and they were like, Cindy's been around for quite a while. And I'm
Right.
like, I really have. As crazy as that is, I'm like, I feel like I was just like here yesterday. Like, for the
Yeah,
first
you've been around a while.
a long time, like 3+ years.
Somebody told me the other day in one of my comments, they're like, I remember seeing you. Oh, it was Fancy. She was like,
Mm,
I remember seeing you from the Maddie days. And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot
mhm.
about that. Yeah, you've been around way before that.
Yeah, I haven't seen her go live either, Marcy. Not really much anymore. No. No. I mean, and the thing of it is that like,
But she says she's not working anymore. So I thought she said that she was not working. She was going to start doing lives again.
who's that, Angie?
Angie reacts, yeah, but she hasn't been on.
She was working and then I don't know. I mean,
She
listen,
said, I'm not working anymore,
the
guys.
only time
And
like whenever I was in her channel, she was like very welcoming. And she was really cute and like she just, she always had a very good positive vibe. And I know there's always things that go on behind the scenes with people. I get that. I really do. Right, Marcy? She was. Like she really was like positive and maybe she rubbed elbows with people the wrong way. I don't know. I mean, I've rubbed a
well,
lot
she
of
got around
I've rubbed
Lou
elbows
though.
with people the wrong way, every which way, upside one side, down the other, backwards and forwards.
Right. I feel like when she got linked up with Lou, she just became real like hateful. You know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
mean, a lot can be said about me too when I linked up with somebody. And I get that, but yeah, that's when I noticed that she kind of just turned mean, a little
Yeah, Marcy,
sour.
she was. She was good vibes. She was good vibes.
She was, yeah,
Mhm.
she was interesting to watch.
Mhm. No, she was. She was good vibes. Random says you
Well, I
probably
didn't know that. Oh, sorry.
You
Go
know
ahead,
what?
Cindy. Read it.
No, no, no. Go ahead. You can read it. Read it.
I didn't. She's saying that she was friends with Tom, and I was having issues with the things he was doing. But my breaking point was about Marcy. What happened, Brandon?
I didn't know about this because again, I wasn't a part of that. Oh,
Yeah, and she said she didn't even know Marcy then. So what happened? Wow, you kept that for me, girl. I want the scoop. What happened because I missed it? I was doing... Missed what though? What happened? Tell us what happened. Random, you should come on panel.
Random, you want the link? Oh wait, hang on, hang on. Marcy says Tom put me down because of my avatar. He called me a whore, and if I was going to show my tits on my food videos. Oh
Oh
Lord.
my gosh, what a fucking pig that man is. First of all, Marcy Darcy looks like she could be one of his grandkids. Like, why would you talk to some girl like that? Like, this is a little girl compared to you, Tom. Why would you talk about her like that?
I
How
know why.
sickening is that?
I know why.
Oh my gosh.
Because those kinds of people don't care about anybody.
That is
You look
fucking
at the
sickening.
exploitation of so many people.
Oh my God, that just, wow. I mean, I knew he was a piece of shit, but damn, that's just crazy to me. Wow. He said I had fake boobs, just like Kelly. What the heck? Why are you looking at that, Tom? This is a little girl compared to you.
Well, I mean,
You
look,
fucking
granted, men are
weirdo.
going to look at that. You know what I mean? They're going to look at that attribute. But
Right,
still,
but most normal men, Cindy, wouldn't comment on it on a fucking. I mean, most normal men I know in my world, yeah, they're gonna look, but they wouldn't talk like that to somebody who could be their grandkid. You know what I mean? My husband would
no,
never
there's
talk
some
to
really
somebody
sick
like
fucks
that.
out there. There's some really sick fucks out there.
Wow. Yeah, I don't believe you, Random. Yeah, Random's like that though. Random has a good heart. She doesn't care
Yeah, like when I'm
about
done, I'm done. Like when I'm done,
right.
I'm done.
When you see Random defending something, it's because she wholeheartedly is, hey, this is how I feel. Like, so good for
Marcy,
you,
we're
Random.
glad, like Random and Marcy, we're both glad to have you over here and everybody else that comes over here. You know, like Stephanie said, like she's like, oh, I'm glad to see a live go on and then I'm comfortable chatting in. Like, I mean, thank you, Stephanie. Like, I mean, thank you guys for being here. I mean, we might not have
Yeah.
many, but that's okay because the few people that we do have, like, it's okay. Like, it's really okay.
Stephanie, yeah, you're right. People do have to learn for their own. I agree. I'd rather have, chill night, calmness, just chit chatting. I can't believe that piece of shit did that. Wow, that's
I
fucking
can.
sad. I think his mom, we even plan to meet up. She saved me. Yeah, Marcy did save you, Random, because that fucking idiot. I just can't picture that. Like, I would never, somebody who looks like they could, if I was a man or even me, like, I don't know. I couldn't
No, look at
see myself
look at
talking
how
about somebody's boobs like that.
yeah, but look at how he's treated Maddie. I mean, that's been exploitation from the get go. You know.
Right, right. But he talked, but remember though, he talked to Maddie with like, respect. Like he never
Well,
talked like
yes.
that to Maddie. He defended her if anything. But then you're gonna go talk like that to somebody like Marcy Darcy. What the fuck is
Mm.
wrong with you? You know what I mean? He had more respect for Maddie.
Look at how he treated. I mean, he was nasty to Luna when Luna was on Bottle's panel that one night. You know,
Yeah, I feel like that man is only nice to like the super broken. She was super broken.
he doesn't
Maddie
like
was,
anybody that resembles any kind of an intelligence. I guess.
yeah,
I don't know.
right. Like he's
He was really
threatened
nice to
by the
Tiffany H.
smart.
He was really nice to Tiffany H.
Right. Yeah. See, it's really weird. Like he can't be, I think that he's afraid of the intelligence. He's afraid of them thinking for themselves. So, and not just that, people like Marcy Darcy don't need anything from him. And people like
Mm-mm.
Maddie were seeking the man for money, food, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean?
Well, he was
So,
seeking them for money too, remind you.
right, that's true too. But I think that that's why he, I think that's a lot of the reason why he did that because Marcy
Yep.
Darcy didn't need shit from him,
Yeah,
and
see,
he didn't know how to handle
I
that.
never was part of the network and part of Tom's, channel. I backdoored it in somehow. you know.
Yeah, he's why I came here. I don't know if I ever told you that. I watched his videos and then I was just invested after that.
Yeah, I mean, I was never, I wasn't there, I backdoored it in. And when I say that, like, I came in like from a very different angle, we can talk about
Well,
this.
yeah, I found Maddie through him, and then like I just had a super soft spot for Maddie, and I always defend Maddie, and I would send her $10, and she'd always say it was for coffee, and I know it wasn't. But when she did her last rehab scam, that's when I was like, hey, I'm out, Maddie. You don't want to change. Cindy, are you there?
I'm here. Sorry,
Oh,
give me
no, it's
one
okay.
second. Give me 1 second.
But yeah, guys, that's when I was like, I'm done with Maddie. I tried for a long, long time, but she didn't want to change. You know how they say like some people are going to be lifers? I hate to say it, but Maddie, I think, is going to be a lifer. I have an older sister like that, and it's sad because we live in the same town, and I think I've seen her once in the last 5 years. She's just, she's like that. She's a lifer. She doesn't want to change. She likes living that life, and I think she's too old to change now, if that even is a thing. I mean, she's older than me by 10 years, and she, still chooses to do drugs and live that life. She has nothing at her age. I think that's going to be Maddie.
Who are we talking about? Sorry.
We were talking about people that are going to be lifers to that lifestyle. I have an older sister who's just like that. She's 10 years older than me, and we live in the same town, and I think I've seen her once in the last 5 years. And
Oh my God, that totally reminds me of Frank, Morals Over
mhm.
Money. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Maddie's going to be like that. She's going to be my sister's age, close to 60, and still living like that.
It's so sad, isn't it?
It is sad. Yeah, we've all tried to help my sister, but she doesn't want it. She likes living like that. It's sad, but yeah, I see that in Maddie, because Maddie doesn't like, Maddie's already let go of her looks. Like that's nothing to her. She could care less. She'll cam up. Like, she's just doesn't care, and that's a big sign right there when they've given up.
Mm-hmm.
Mercy, it is. It's a sad world. Yeah.
Um, I think is okay. I know Bobbles was live earlier. I don't know if she still is live. Because I was hoping that eBeggars was going to come over here at some point. Because I really wanted to ask him a question. Not because it's a question, it's because it's more of like rhetorical, if that makes any
Hmm.
sense. Okay.
Okay.
Um, you guys can hear me, right?
Yes, ma'am. We
Okay.
can.
All right. So you guys that are in the chat, okay, Melissa, I know you know this already. For you guys that are in the chat, you guys all know that I lost my niece tragically in the Sandy Hook school shooting.
Right.
Um, I think everybody that's here knows that. And this is something I don't talk about much. I try not to. I bring it up at certain times. Okay, thank
Right.
you, Marcy. Yes, she knows. Marcy knows. Yes. Okay. Um, all right. All right. So thank you, Marcy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So there was so SG likes to bring up things in her chats sometimes, and she brings up things about, my life, when it comes to
Right.
that. And so I'm sorry, but like my point being is that when you bring up Sandy Hook, when you bring up Sandy Hook, you're talking about an entire event. The entire event encompasses 20 children that were murdered, right?
Right.
And 6 adults. And so you're talking about a murder that took place at a school, an elementary school, and it involved mostly children, right? So the bottom line is that when you know somebody that had a family member that was involved in that, you're talking about a child, you're talking about that child, you're talking about the event that happened with children, correct?
Right. Right.
Okay. I hope that I'm not coming off course here.
Nope.
There was a post done. Let's see. It might have gone bye bye. So, SG brings it up in her chat one night. I don't know, over a week, about 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
And thank you guys, thank you, Marcy. I appreciate that. It's not easy to talk about. I never
Mhm.
talked about it until it was actually became a little bit easier for me to talk about. So, she says, like, well, Cindy, I wasn't talking about you. Um, and she made it a comment in her, of course, I probably didn't screenshot this, which I didn't think I had to do. And she was like, basically kind of putting e-beggars on the spot, saying like, he's somebody that you're chumming up with, but he's close to this and whatnot. No, he's not. She was making mention of the fact that somebody got, um, she brings up the event and somebody in the community was brought. Oh, here we go. Okay. So she says here, 2 days ago, now it says 2 days ago. It says, okay, at eBeggars, I can do a poll on how many family members of a tragic event you harassed or how many police officers you harassed too. Who knows what? Maybe they're taking their own life, telling them they didn't respond to the event correctly. Would you like me to? Did you know, hashtag Cindy Infinity, what he did? Now, do you know why I so briefly mentioned it? I wanted you to know exactly who you were rubbing shoulders with, Cindy, and exactly who we are dealing with in this community and what they are capable of as not decent human beings. Just go away, e-beggars. No wonder why you and Bobbles are such good friends. I know what you did. And I'm like, e-beggars wasn't close to that event. And e-beggars
Mhm.
has never trolled me because of that event.
Right.
And she goes, by the way, I can prove that, but I prefer not to bring this event up anymore. Oh, this event? It's an event in her mind. Um,
Wow.
this is my fucking life, bitch. So when
Right.
you want to bring up something that has to do with my fucking life and you get upset with me questioning why you're bringing up something that has to do with my life, I need you to think long and hard about what you're saying.
Right.
Because the event is not an event.
Right.
It's a loss. It's a loss for 26 families.
Which doesn't affect her in any way, by the way. Like she's not the one that should be talking about that
Oh,
at all.
she told me to shut the fuck up. She gets on and is so mad that people are talking about her family. Yet when I question, why are you bringing this up? I simply questioned it. Why are you bringing this up? She tells me to shut the fuck up. Does anybody
Wow.
tell her to shut the fuck up, even when they're not talking about her family and she thinks that they are?
Wow. That woman's got some nerve. I
I
just
mean,
don't
like,
I
everybody's at a
personally would
loss for words right
never
now because
get
they're not even chatting. They're at a loss
I
for words.
I would never even get on here and bring up Sandy Hook ever without feeling like I'm disrespecting you. You know what I mean? I don't know how she thinks it's her right to bring that up. Period. How? It's very strange to me,
She,
you know?
you can, people can, hang on, Mercy. Always, I gotta put my glasses back on because Mercy comes in with truth, and I gotta put my glasses on so I can read her truth. Here we
Like
go.
in this community though, Cindy, like in this community, for somebody to bring it up, I mean, I'm not saying if somebody outside, whatever, brings it up, okay, but it being her bringing it up, knowing what Cindy Infinity's gone through with this, like, I just feel like it's
She knows me as a
disrespectful.
person. She knows me as a person to have lost a
Right.
family member. It's not just an event. It's not like you're talking about. And I don't even want to name an event because everybody has a relationship to somebody that probably died in a certain type of an event.
Right.
I mean, okay, I'll give you a broader example. If we're talking about the World Trade Centers, that might be a broader event that you can talk about broadly, right?
Right.
When you're in this community and you're so close knit with people that have lost somebody directly in their family, not like a cousin of a cousin of a bit of this, of that, you know what I mean? Like, but yes, Marcy, like, it's not an event. And okay, I wasn't going to do this tonight, but I feel like I need to, I feel like, yeah, the conspiracy theory thing, you know what, that can just go by the wayside because it is what it is. It is what it is. Do you guys want to hear what I captured from her that night? All I did was
Go
her
ahead.
chat and
You
say,
let it out.
why did you bring up Sandy Hook? Like, that's all I said. That's all I said in her chat one night, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I did. Oh my God. Because you know what? It's been really bothering me that she keeps saying, well, this is why I brought it up. I'm like, I haven't even, I keep leaving it alone. Like, and all I said was, please just let them all rest in peace. And that made her more heated.
Is this the night that she told you we weren't talking about kids? And it's like the whole Sandy Hook thing is about kids.
Yeah.
Is that the night? Okay.
Yeah, you heard all this because I told you. Oh,
Right.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. All right. So my question in her chat that night, you guys, was simply, why are you bringing up Sandy Hook?
Mm-hmm.
So this might have a little bit of overlap here. So bear with me. Give me 1 second. Let me know if you guys can hear this. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Fucking over millions of people have cancer. And the fucking day you fuckers thought I was going to get stage 4 cancer and you fucked her. Or to start. I mean, stage 3, I don't give a fuck. When I said one hair on her head for some fucking nasty animal.
A disclaimer, I do not own the audio contained within this, but I am using it for entertainment, educational, and commentary purposes, just so you guys know.
Helen is your fucking dry fucking little punk. You think you're going to act like my daughter? I never dug through your failure as a parent. Okay? Never dug through any of you.
Okay.
I have your fucking addresses. Not your name. Chemist Chad, you ever talk about me meeting my maker and going to hell, you religious zealot, thinking you're on some kind of fuck? I know what you're all about that guy that you like, that Achilles guy.
Sorry,
Oh
guys, I'm gonna have to get through. I know, I'm gonna have to get through this for 1 second.
Don't you come for my Chemist Chaz, okay? I love Chemist Chaz.
I know, me too.
You hateful bitch.
Here's the thing. I already knew about a lot of fucking research. But I didn't want to go down rabbit holes. These fuckers are murderers. Okay?
Gosh, he's so evil.
Alright, I will.
Do you want to go down rabbit holes?
I didn't want to address it. I didn't want to bring it up. I mean,
yes, you did.
Seriously, if you don't think I think it's fucking weird that one of these motherfuckers ends up in a book about Sandy Hook, I do think it's weird.
You hear that?
I think
You don't think it's weird that I find out that one of these motherfuckers ends up in a book about Sandy Hook? But I think it's weird.
That the person that is in that book, that is weird to me that she's in there. Just saying. It's fucking weird. Weird.
And I don't like that e-beggars is hashtagging people a year ago in videos about me.
But that has nothing to do with me. Right?
Wow.
All right. So we'll go on to the next. You guys ready for the next?
Yep.
Because I want to get this out here.
Yep. Go for it.
I don't. Courtney came in, yelled at me, addressed me, and then left. She had no desire to try to talk or nothing.
Now, in the chat this evening that we were talking about, I went in and said to her, why are you talking about Sandy
She's
Hook?
not black, so you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to kill her. I don't want you to squat it, but nobody has threatened anything about squatting, Baba. Nobody has taken that up. What you're saying. Like, I mean, you could die. This is just so they can justify their next action.
This evil bitch.
Hi, Honda. How are you, babe? Thank
Hi,
you for
beautiful
coming in.
Honda. Sorry,
We're
I'm
just
not watching
playing
the
some
chat.
stuff here.
I'm putting
I gotta
Christmas stuff
find.
away.
But the whole point of this was that she came at me and started friggin' yelling and screaming at me.
Mm-hmm.
Yelling and screaming at me.
And it was hateful. She's very fucking hateful about it.
Like,
I
it
agree,
was
Randa.
so bad. Like, how do you bring up my event from my family and then I can't question why are you bringing it up? And then she's like, oh, we're not even going to really talk about that event. And like, I wasn't talking about children, Cindy. I was just talking about. I'm like, the whole event revolves
around children. And it's not a wedding, lady. What do you mean event?
Like, that's my niece. That was the next thing to my own child.
Right.
Like, that was my baby.
Well, first of all, somebody needs to let this crazy bitch know. It's not an event. It's not a wedding. It's not a christening.
Yeah. It was like
that really bothers me.
And she got mad at us because we were trying to talk about it in our live the other night. And like you were saying how she got mad because he says how we were twisting it around to say how she's comparing it to her daughter, but that's exactly what she was doing.
Right.
Melissa? She was comparing it to her daughter.
Well, I listened to her later that night, and I don't know. We're doing good, beautiful. Oh my gosh, I was trying to respond to her, and I totally spaced it. Beautiful Honda mommy. I don't know if you heard her later on that night, Cindy, but did you hear her calling me a whore? And she was like, you fucking whore. How dare you make it sound like my daughter don't matter? Because I compared, I said, how can you compare Cindy's niece that is dead, passed away, gone, to your living daughter, you crazy bitch? Mm-hmm. And then she's like, yeah, fucking, how dare you make it sound like my daughter don't matter? I'm sorry, in this situation, it don't. A living person versus
it's like
a dead person.
Apples and oranges.
Right. You can't compare the two, you dumb bitch.
We're not saying your daughter doesn't matter. We don't talk about your daughter.
Right.
We don't like to say your daughter because then we get in trouble for saying your daughter, because then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you're talking about my family, you know? I mean.
Yeah, Marcy, it's called a tragedy. Like, this fucking dumb bitch, for her to say, you know, an event. I was like, wow. Yeah, she got crazy mad. You fucking whore, how dare you? Like, that's crazy. How dare you go there about Cindy's beautiful niece, you fucking
all
bitch.
I did was when you're meant, okay, if you know me and you mention that event, if you want to call it an event, that tragedy, that horrific, I have no words to even say. I would love somebody to come up with one word to encompass all of the feelings that go into a situation like that. And it's catastrophe. It is an anomaly. It is unsettling. It is the devil's work. It is so many things.
Right. It's not. Yeah. No, I know. I couldn't believe the choice of words she chose to use. Like, what is wrong with you? And then, of
That's why
course, she made
I
it
don't
to
go over
be.
there and interact with her. She wants to post it on her community page, and she goes, "I don't want to talk about that event. I don't even want to bring it up." But you did bring it up.
Well, and then she made it out to be like how we're the ones in the wrong. How dare us go there about our daughter? Well, how dare you? You know, she's always the
See,
victim.
when I went in there and I asked her, "Why did you bring this up?" She could have said a multitude of things, and you know what she told me? "Shut the fuck up, Cindy. Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing in here?"
Right.
That was the response. It wasn't like, "Oh, I was trying to compare, how people in the community can, like, pounce on somebody or troll somebody based on a tragic situation that happened in their own lives." It was never, not that it would be okay. Thank you, Honda, for coming. I appreciate you, sweetheart. I love you a long time. I love you. I hope the kids are
Love
okay.
you, beautiful Honda.
I love you. Okay. Listen, I've never spoken words about her fucking daughter. Oh, and in that particular live, no, not in that one, in another one, she's talking about me again, saying how I didn't stand up for her daughter. But the funny thing is that guess who's in that live?
Who?
One Community. And I love Chosen One Community. I guess Chosen One Community and her had made up at that point, and she thought Chosen One Community had taken down the video about her daughter that she got so mad at me about for not addressing, but I never even knew was there.
hmm
So she's chummy with Chosen One Community. Chosen One Community had never taken down the video, but she's going at me for not standing up for her daughter. But I'm like, I never even knew the fucking video was there. And I'm sorry. This is where I say victim mentality. I never say people have to stand up for me or my family or my niece or anything like that. I'm very good at standing up for myself. I never get mad at anybody for not doing something because you know what? That is my responsibility as far as I'm
Right.
concerned when it comes to myself and my family and whatever is known out there. So for her
Right.
to say like, oh, you didn't do this and you didn't do that and you didn't do this. And I'm like, and then she says how I'm rubbing elbows with eBayers. I'm like, I'm rubbing elbows with him. I mean, am I cordial? Do I say hello to him? Like, yeah. Like, do I have beef with him? No. I mean,
Right.
I don't know what rubbing elbows means.
Well, it's because she chooses to stay bitter and living bitter. And some people choose to get past shit,
Listen,
get past shit, live life. And this bitch doesn't understand that.
hold that thought and hold on the chat for 1 second, honey. I'll be right back.
Okay. I feel like SG loves to live in misery. She wants to hold grudges. She wants to hate forever. Well, as a lot of us normal people, we don't choose that. I want to be happy in life. I want to enjoy every day. I want to meet new people. I want to, embrace friendships. I don't want to live like this old bitter bitty. Oh, I didn't even see. I was putting Christmas stuff away. Is Honda, the beautiful Honda mommy, sick? Oh, Honda. Yeah, random. I agree. There's something about him. Like I like E-Bigs a lot. I give him a lot of respect because, like I said, I was mean to people that he gets along very well with, but he didn't hold that against me. That's where that comes in. I'm like, if this person can do this, I need to be the bigger person. You know what I mean? But I do have a lot of respect for him. Yeah, Marcy, she does. She wants to just start some shit. I mean, this is her life. This is all she has. It's fucking pathetic. And that's really weird because you would think this is all you have, you would take better care of it. You know what I mean? Instead, she has no problem being known as the vile, evil person that she is.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
It's okay. We're just talking about how she chooses to be so vile and mean.
I mean, you don't get to bring up an event. You don't get to do that. Like, you see how she says it so coy, like so very, I don't know.
Well, Nothing about this woman is good. I mean, she's just, I don't know, man. Like if I was her daughter, I would have done the same thing. I would have walked away from her a long time ago. In fact, her daughter lasted longer than probably most would. I don't know.
I don't even know about any of that. And like, for me, I'm like, I don't really comment on. I don't. I mean, I don't comment on. I just don't know how you like come at me and say. I want to find the part where she says it to me. Hold on, let me.
But like Marcy said, she's just trying to start some shit. That's why she went there with you.
No, I don't know if it's like her trying to start some shit or like. Well, yes, it's probably always her. I take that back. She's trying to start some shit. But she's not like, is she the most hated? I mean, I don't know. Like, is that her MO?
She's pretty fucking vile. I mean, not a lot of people like her. When I went into her chat a couple of years ago, I was trying to see her in a different light, and it didn't last long before I seen that she was a very evil person, She is the most hated, I believe that. And her well, I don't know, like the stuff that Bobbles has been playing lately of Lou, man, that loser Lou has the fucking most disgusting mouth. I mean, how do you come up with that shit? How do you come up with that kind of stuff? I posted my son's dog had babies, and they had brought them here to Utah because they had sold online. And so they brought him here for the people to come pick up. And I just posted a picture. And she was saying something about I was running a dog mill, but the shit she was saying, like, I was like, oh my God, these are puppies, lady. Are you fucking, what's wrong with you? She said some vile, foul things. So,
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bubbles played it. And she was or Bubbles was reading her messages, and she was saying that I was doing like sexual stuff with these puppies, and oh yeah, this crazy bitch. Like so I don't know. It's a tie between her and SG. They're both some evil fucking bitches.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. There's definitely like a race running like right now between the two of them. Because
Mm-hmm.
the messages from Lou, like, listen, sometimes people got to just get the shit out there, And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm mentally exhausted even from listening to that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know. And for her to think you shouldn't get mad about her going there. Like, what is wrong with you?
No, I don't get mad. What I get mad about is when I ask her so I go in and I say, why are you bringing Sandy Hook up? Like, that would be no different. Okay, like, let me put it for example. That would be like me talking one night and I mention her daughter's name, which I don't even know her daughter's name, but like, let's say I say her daughter's name in chat, right? That's the same thing as her saying Sandy Hook, like, because that pertains to my niece, right? So when I go in and I say, why are you talking about Sandy Hook? Like, I didn't even say my niece. Why are you talking about Sandy Hook? Her response could have been very simple. It could have been, I was trying to make an example of the fact that so many people in this community have gotten trolled by so many other people, or there were people that had bad intentions that pretended to have good intentions, and by having bad intentions but pretending to have good intentions, then their names get mentioned in a book. E-Beggars is not mentioned in a book, okay? But we know who is mentioned in the book, and if you don't know, I'll tell you on the DL. But I didn't know why she brought that up. And so my question was, why are you talking or bringing up Sandy Hook? She simply could have answered that way, but her response was indicative of then course to come, if that makes any sense. So her response to me was, fuck you, Cindy, and fuck you. Why are you coming in here all fucking da, 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 da? And I'm like, I just came in asking a question. No, eBayers should come in before that. And I think Courtney might have been in there because she was bringing up Courtney and she was pissed when she was making fun of Courtney. But like,
why did she bring up about that witch being in the book? Why did she bring that up?
She was, I guess, trying to say how people, I don't even know because it's so hard to listen back because she goes back and forth between everything. She was trying to say that people in the community became friendly with people that were involved with Sandy Hook. Tiffany Moser became friendly with a guy who had lost his son in Sandy Hook way back in the day. and then she became part of the book, one of the books that was written about it.
Mhm.
But that has nothing to do with e-beggars. And that has nothing to do with me. But she's bringing up an event saying how people in this community troll people that have had tragic events happen. Like, but she wasn't saying people in the community have had tragic events happen. She was saying people in the community troll tragic events that happen. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, she's saying she's not talking about the victims or the people that lost loved ones to a tragic event, right? She's talking about the people that troll. But like again, all I did was say because I really didn't know what was being talked about. All I said was, "Hey, why are you talking about this?" Like I wasn't nasty, but
Right.
she fucking lost her shit on me. Must have been
No,
like
she's.
hour 6 or whatever when she was, you know.
Mhm. No, she's an evil, evil, foul
You
bitch.
understand what I'm trying to say? Like, thank you, Marcy. Random's confused. I gotta play. I gotta play the rest of this live here. Hang on. Let me see if I can get through.
I mean, normal people don't just walk around talking like them. You know what I mean?
I don't
That
ever talk
that
about her family or her daughter. So why would she feel the need to walk around talking about Sandy Hook when she knows somebody in the community that she was close to at one time as a friend had lost a loved one to that? Like that's something you just don't fucking bring up.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look
I
what
don't know
Random
how
just said. That's true.
I don't
Look
know
what
how
Random
people can
said.
get this through their fucking heads. Like you bring up that event, it's not an event. It has to do with my family and it has to do with children. Like you're bringing up something that is a very listen. If I question it, then just answer me correctly. Like don't come at me sideways.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But like Random said, it's like Gypsy Rose's mom. People want to get attention when they're not even involved. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, that was I think what her point was in bringing it up, but that wasn't what she conveyed. She became one of those other people that wants attention by bringing it up.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way. Oh, she just meant that she's confused on people act the way. You know what? That's the $1,000,000 question. If we could answer that random, we'd be freaking gazillionaires.
Right.
It's for real.
I hope that I have to say this, sorry, but I hope Loser Lou's son does not have any kids because that bitch should never be around her grandkids ever. Like I would fear for those grandkids. That woman and SG do not need to be around grandkids at all. I would be in fear of their kids. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Those are
I
some
mean, you
evil
think
women.
about somebody that wants to criticize parenting. You've got one person that never had children. You have another one that didn't raise her child,
Right.
and then they criticize parenting in the community. And then you have another one whose child has supposedly abandoned her because of the fact that she does this all the time, allegedly. I mean, you know, where are we taking the advice from at the end of the day? I
Right.
mean, I'm not taking advice from those people.
Right. Oh
Like
my
I've
gosh. And nothing like think about too, Cindy. I'm not saying that you're a loser if you don't own your own home, but at their ages, if you don't own something in life,
or
I'm
haven't
sorry,
had
you're
something, a
yeah,
car,
like
a vehicle, a business,
right.
something.
Like one lives in an apartment for the rest of her life, another lives in a tin fucking can. Like I just those kind of people, I don't even value their word. Nothing they could say that would make me feel offended. But that right there is just going too far. Speaking on somebody's passed away niece, you know?
I know. And I mean, like I said, you talk about your child being like, talked about, that's an adult child. You're talking about a little child. Like that was a little
Right.
child.
Yeah. Yep. She was still very much a little girl.
She
You know,
still
it's
would be
just
today. She still would be today.
right. It's not her place to talk about it, period, you know? And then to get all offended. Like, how
Because
dare
I am.
you? I mean, when you
Because I
first told
come
me this,
into
I
a
couldn't
thing where
believe.
she's never entered into a thing that says, why are you talking about my child? Like, because it doesn't happen. She just makes it happen in her mind and in her, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then she's like, you never stood up for my kid. I'm like, I didn't. I've said what I've said. Like I've said, nobody's children should ever be talked about.
Right. When you first called me and told me about that, I was in shock that she would compare her living daughter to your niece. I couldn't believe that. I was like, I mean, I know this is a low bitch, but damn, that was even low for that bitch, you know?
I don't even know if she was just trying to get out of the fact that she just talked about it and she didn't want to talk about it. Here, do you want me to finish playing through the up? Hang on. Actually,
Yeah.
give me 1 second. Just give me one more second, and I'll finish playing through the stuff because I'd like
Okay.
to get through it. So at least this way it's on record. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, random. That's right. All right, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, guys. We're gonna finish
Okay.
talking about this, okay?
Okay. Yeah, it's crazy. Those two women are fucking straight up evil. It makes you wonder how they were raised and what their households were like, you know, growing up, because you don't just, I don't know. I mean, that the way they talk, like it's so natural to them to be so foul and talk so dirty, and you know what I mean? Like that's just weird to me. That must have been their whole life. They've been like that. No, Marcy Darcy, never. I wouldn't let her watch nothing that I valued and loved. Hell no. Loser Lou. I mean, even then, where she ain't got the room to. She ain't even got the room to shit in her own house, let alone watch a kid. Gonna potty train the baby in your outhouse? I mean, that's odd. Though there's some foul, sickening women right there. I'm using makeup wipes to take off my makeup. Guys, if it's loud, just tell me and I'll mute it.
Oh my god, you're so loud.
I don't want it to be loud. I'm like,
Lady, come on. I got the doggies in bed with me. Okay. So I gotta get through this. And I apologize if there's some rhetoric there. Hold on, let me finish this.
random. I hate her. She is a loser, Lou, to me. That's a fucking pathetic piece of shit loser.
What
Is
happened?
Loser Lou. She laughs when I call Lou Loser Lou. But
Hmm.
she is like, that is a pathetic human being right there. You live in a
Dude,
you
the
camp
messages
every
that
day.
Bob was reading was unbelievable.
I know.
Like legit.
Yeah, that's where I heard that she had said that, and I'm thinking, man, bitch, you have nothing in life. Like, how are you a traveler? You don't go anywhere, Loser Lou. You still live in your little tiny trailer
I
court.
think
You
kind
ain't
of
a
call that for a
traveler.
reason.
Maddie travels more than Loser Lou.
All right, let's see here. Let's see here if I can get this going. All right, hold on. You guys let me know if you can hear this, okay?
Okay.
Courtney came in, yelled at me, addressed something, and then left.
She's talking about
She
when
had no
Courtney came into her
desire
chat that
to
night.
talk or nothing.
You guys can hear this, okay, right?
Yes.
But see, she's not black, though. You see what I'm saying? I don't want you to get I don't want you to get swatted, but nobody has threatened anything about swatting, Baba. Nobody did. He's making that up. It was a 5150 for you. Like, I mean,
She's talking about a bunch of stuff right now.
this is just so they can justify their next action. You know that nobody said anything about swatting, and I actually have what I wrote. There was nothing to do with swatting. Kick down the door and give you a 5150 while you're sitting there and giggling, laughing like a fucking idiot.
Only idiot here is you, lady.
Yeah,
I said, only idiot here is you, lady.
All right.
people with kids know that. There's no school. There's no school. It's Christmas break.
Okay, it's Christmas break. Thank you.
Thanks for letting us know.
You beggars never got threatened to be.
Thank you, Marcy.
I told him, I said, and you'll be held accountable about it. I got it all written up.
Why isn't this bitch ever held accountable for what she does?
Well, we'll go lower. Which you'll always win if you're gonna go to those extremes. I guess that's what winning is for you. If it's I don't know why he would say you'll never win it. I will fucking win, and
No, you won't.
if I don't win, I'll learn. But I'll never lose, fucker.
You're gonna forever live in your little sad world. Baby.
Hi, Cindy.
Here we go.
Okay, I was bringing up how ironic it is, the extent that this reaches out to.
She's talking about when I asked why she bring up Sandy Hook.
Why are you in here bringing it up?
I'm not bringing it up. I'm asking you why you're bringing it up.
Why yeah.
What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here arguing with me about fucking shit. Fuck you. My daughter's been fucking harassed. I've been harassed. I got fucking stage 4 cancer. I fucking matter,
Oh, God.
alright?
You don't.
Do you hear this?
Oh, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
You don't matter, bitch. Somebody lied to you. You don't matter.
Fuck it, Friday. I never did shit to you. And Cindy, I never did shit to you. Jesus Christ.
I asked her simply, why did you bring up, or why are you talking about Sandy Hook? I never said she did shit to me. I said, SG, why are you bringing up Sandy Hook? Did you hear the response? Now, she says, I did not ever attack you. I was nothing but nice to you. I was bringing it up for a purpose. Oh, that is 0 to 60 in literally 2.2.
Right. She got defensive real quick.
I mean, why are you in here bringing it up? Why am I in there bringing it up? I'm not in there bringing it up. I'm in there asking you why you were talking about it.
Right.
Listen to how the shit gets turned around. Did you guys hear that? See, because I kept wanting to say, I want to bring this live and I want to talk about it because I have to say, this is like the most mind-boggling thing. Like, I don't need you talking about it. And if you're going to talk about it for good reason. Talk about it for change. Talk about it for good measure. Talk about it for the fact that there are 20 children and 6 adults.
But to compare it,
that forever lost their lives, and I am one of those children's voices.
right. I don't believe so, Random. That's just my opinion. I really don't think so.
I mean, did you guys just hear that?
Oh yeah, she's a hateful bitch.
That's what winning is for them. You beggars want to say it's a phrase. Nah, it isn't actually. It isn't. I don't know why he would say you'll never win, SG. I will fucking win, and
You know you
if I
won't.
don't win, I'll learn. But I'll never lose, fucker.
Yes, you will.
Hi, Cindy. Okay, I was bringing up how ironic it is, the extent that this reaches out to. Okay? Why are you in here bringing it up?
Wow, the nerve of this bitch.
It was only a couple weeks ago, Random.
What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here arguing with me about fucking shit. Fuck you. My daughter's been fucking harassed. I've been harassed. I got fucking stage 4 cancer. I fucking matter, alright? Fucking harassing my neighbors. Y'all fucking come in here. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck, Hit Friday? I never did shit to you. And Cindy, I never did shit to you.
You did, bitch.
Jesus Christ. Give a fuck about other people. You let him be, rest in peace. You just did a fucking video about him fucking a week ago.
I said,
Right.
can you just let them all rest in peace? And this was her response.
Shut the fuck up.
But doing a memorial on your niece is different than what this bitch is doing for her to compare that.
My fucking.
She told me to shut the fuck up.
Fuck you. Going live and act like my daughter didn't matter.
I didn't go live and act like her daughter didn't matter. In fact, I didn't even go live about my niece. I did a post on my community page about it.
She creates shit in her head and then goes with that.
But even if I did do a live, I have every right to do a live
Right.
about my niece.
A lot more than she does, right? She has no business talking about it.
Acting like my daughter didn't matter. You know, stop it. You are just a shit stirrer. But I'm blocked from you guys' shit.
Well, she's not blocked from here, and I'm not stirring any kind of shit. I simply went in there to ask her why was she bringing that up.
Right.
And I think I have every right to ask her why she's bringing that up.
I'm blocked from you guys' stuff. I can't talk in that. I think it was you saying, oh, you think that's an SG troll? I don't have a fucking SG troll, okay? I don't have a fucking troll account. So, Jesus Christ. Give a fuck about other people. You get out of here. Get out of here arguing with me about fucking shit. Fuck you. My daughter's been fucking harassed. I've been harassed. I got fucking stage 4 cancer. I fucking matter, alright? Fucking harassing my neighbors. Y'all fucking come in here.
God, I'm so sick of hearing the stage bar count. Nobody.
What the fuck?
Your
Friday,
last
I
name.
never did shit to you. And Cindy, I never did shit to you. Jesus Christ. Give a fuck about other people. You let him be, rest in peace. You just did a fucking video about him fucking a week ago. Shut the fuck up.
So apparently I'm not allowed to say, can you just let it
Wow.
go and rest in peace?
Only she can talk about it. It has nothing to do with her loser ass, but only she can talk about it.
I mean, how am I supposed to feel at the end of the day?
Right.
Thank you, Random. Like, how am I supposed to feel at the end of the day? You know?
Right. Wow, the nerve of this bitch.
I mean, and that was from going in and simply asking, why are you speaking about Sandy Hook?
Which you had every right to.
I mean, I wasn't being nasty. I don't go into her chats very much. I
Did
really
you
don't.
see how she turned it right away that she's a victim? Me and my daughter. I just don't understand the mentality.
Like, that was exactly why we were saying it the other night. Like, how is the fact that she like gonna turn this around and say, like, my daughter never mattered, and you didn't talk about her and this and that, and I'm like, I didn't realize I had to. I wasn't gonna want to speak about your daughter, like.
Yeah, she makes no sense. She doesn't
But
make
she's
any
talking about a
sense.
very poignant event that happened. You know, it was a life and death event. Like, my niece was killed. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Right.
And she could have been bringing it up for a point for whatever reason. She could have said that. She could have. She's backtracking. Even today, she was saying something about it, or yesterday. And she's like, well, I was bringing it up for a very good reason because, you know, people, I'm like, you could have just simply said that night. But here's what she did. She attacked me like that. So that's not why she was bringing it up.
Right.
There was a real good reason. This is now after the fact, a week later, that she's going to bring this up. Okay.
Well, and she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing.
100%.
She did. Yeah, she did that shit on purpose.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. You get, you know, first of all, she gets pissed when anybody brings up her kid. And then it's like, why didn't you defend my kid? Defend your kid against what? You're the dumbass that put your kid out there. You're the dumbass that's on here every day. For somebody who's got stage 4 cancer, go spend it with your kid. Make right with your kid before you go, you know? That's just why, I mean, God strike me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe she's even sick. I just don't.
Well, she'll say all the time, how do you know that you don't have cancer? How do you know that you're not dying of cancer? Well, none of us know.
Right.
I mean, my entire pregnancy, no one knew that I was, or I didn't know that I was going to be stricken with, like, you know, a crazy heart disease that was going to kill me, possibly, very likely. You know what I mean? Like, because it wasn't looming the entire pregnancy. I mean, and then I got better so quickly. I mean, and so like that isn't my entire life of what I talk about.
Right. I know a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people in this community say that they have somebody in their family that reminds them of SG, whether it be their mom, a sister, or whatever. But that is so true. You know, I have a sister that reminds me of SG, and she is just as bitter, and she went through something tragic, but she chooses to live the rest of her life every day mourning this tragic. Like they like they're stuck in this mode. They want this
Well,
sympathy, the sadness
what do
always.
you
You
mean
know what
like
I
this
mean?
tragic? Like given a like I don't want to say a death sentence, but like given like a
Well, she had a death. I don't want to put it all out there, but there's a death that happened. And instead of living her life to the fullest, she chooses to wake up every day and act like this, what
you're
just
talking about your
happened to
daughter
her.
or your
Yeah, like she's stuck in living in the she's stuck living in that. Like she lives for the poor me, poor me. And SG reminds me of that because
okay.
it's always stage 4 cancer, poor me,
Let me tell
this,
you
that.
something. I lived through a very not my niece, my own stuff I went through.
Hmm.
Never for one day, if I was going to be here on God's green earth, was I going to be like that. I didn't want to be recognized for what I went through. I didn't want to be known for that. I wanted it to just be in my past.
Hmm. Right. Yeah. No, Marcy, it doesn't make sense. Like she never is.
Right. And
It's
Marcy,
weird.
you're right. Listen, and then doesn't even make life changes. Like, and I kept saying, you know, big part of cancer is smoking. And there was one time where she goes, well, like smoking cigarettes doesn't cause breast cancer. Well, yeah, the fuck it does.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's another thing. I mean, she makes it such a big thing. And God, how dare you not mention that or, bring up that she's stage 4 cancer. Well, you don't seem to care. You're smoking cigarettes every day. You know what I mean? You don't seem to give a shit, but you want everybody else to give a shit, lady.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some people, I think that at one time she did have cancer and she got so much sympathy and attention for it that she chooses to keep living in it, even though she doesn't have it anymore. Like that's what I see in my
Can I
sister.
tell you, I was the complete opposite.
No, yeah, most normal people are, Cindy. You know what I
I
mean?
was the complete opposite. Like I wanted to be out of it. I wanted to not be known as that person. I wanted just to go about my life and be normal. And you know, to this day, I still walk amongst the town that I lived in at that time and go to the businesses that I, you know, patronized and they would send food and cards and everything to the hospital for me, right?
Right.
And I never knew how many people knew me until I knew. You know what I mean? Because you don't
Yeah.
realize sometimes how many people know who you are. And they would always approach me. And to this day, some people will say, how are you doing? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, because there's been so many things that have happened since that, right? Since my
Hmm.
possible fatal tragedy, right? And
Right.
I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, like, because there's been so much that has been heavy stuff that's been thrown my way. And they're like, you know, like your heart. And I'm like, oh, I'm fine. And they're like,
Right.
"What?" I'm like, "Yeah, no." I mean, it's like I treat it like it was like a blip in my life, and I'm like, "Yeah, well, we're so past that at this point."
Right. Most normal people are like that. My
I
brother
could
was like that.
not live on that. If
Right.
I lived in it, I would die in it.
Yep. No, but I get it. I'm telling you, I have a sibling that I have to avoid as much as I can because
Really.
I can't even bring up anything of, hey, how's your day? Because it turns into, did you know that
Oh, woe
today's the
is
day? Da, da, da. It's,
me.
yeah. And it just
Woe is
drives me
me.
nuts. Like, I love you, but you can't live like that. And that's what she's like SG. They choose to live like that because they got so much sympathy and attention that they want to live like that
No,
still.
Marcy, she does not support others with cancer, and that's a fact.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
No,
I'm just thinking like I see people that are like, oh, don't bring it up. But then when you don't bring it up, oh, really? You're not going to bring it up? You know what I mean? My
all
brother
right,
was
I'm
the
going to give you a
opposite of
perfect
that.
example. I'm going to give you a perfect example of something that happened recently with one of my friends. Okay. A friend of a friend, a good one of my good friends, a good friend of hers who I know well, but not like I would call this girl to invite her to a party myself. You know what I'm saying? But like I know her very
Yeah.
well, right? So long story short, a few months ago, um, she's a young mom. She's got 2 young kids. Her
Mhm.
husband played NFL football at one time. They're in their 30s, they're young. And long story short, the husband literally drops dead in the house one day. And the
Wow.
mother-in-law lives with them, lives in an apartment attached to the house, comes over because she knows that the husband has a doctor's appointment. And the older of the 2 kids, like when I say older, he's only, I think, 3 or 4 years old, probably 4 years
Mhm.
old, is laying with the dad, and he's dead. He's like, "Oh, daddy's taking a nap. I can't get daddy to wake up."
Mhm. Oh my
Husband tragically
gosh.
dies. Very tragically. Very, very, very tragically, right? So they're doing all these tests because he was such a healthy guy. He never had any kind of like abuse of drugs or alcohol or anything like that. But
Mhm.
he kept going to the doctors and saying he just didn't feel right. Something wasn't quite right with his body. And the doctors were doing all these tests. They couldn't quite figure it out, right? So, anyways, that's not the point of my story. The point of my story is this. I see the wife, now the widow, right? I see
Mhm.
her all the time at parties that my good friend has, right? And she comes to one of the parties that we had. It must have been, um, it had to be Labor Day weekend was the first time I saw her because it was
Mhm.
right after it happened, like maybe a month after it happened in the summer. And everyone always goes up to her and they're always giving condolences. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do? And after I let all the dust settle and I let everybody go up to her and talk everybody has very good intentions, right?
Mhm.
I walk up to Jenna and I go, and now mind you, I'm 5 foot nothing. And my friends are all tall. And she's like 6 foot, right? So I literally look up at her
Mhm.
and I go, "Come here." And I give her the biggest hug. And I said, "There is nothing I can tell you that is going to make this any better. And this fucking sucks. This fucking sucks. This fucking sucks. And
Right.
I love you. I love you. I love you. And whatever I can do to help your kids, I don't know how else to say this sucks." And like she looks at me and she's like, "You have been so fucking real about everything." Like basically, like there's nothing I'm gonna say that's gonna make it better. It all
Right.
sucks. And I'm like, "This sucks. I hate this for you. I hate this. I hate this. I fucking hate this. This is not supposed to happen. This is not right. Like, let's keep talking about it." And every time I see her, we will catch eyes, we will hug, we will embrace, we cry, and I go, "It so fucking sucks, doesn't it? It fucking sucks, and it never is gonna not fucking suck."
Right.
Because her kids literally are babies. She has a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Wow. So tiny still.
And I'm like, there's no other words that I can say.
No, but it is true though.
It is the most real thing that could be said to somebody.
My husband said that the one thing that bothered him the most when my mother-in-law died was people would go up to him and say, she's in a better place. And he's like, I want to just say, how the fuck do you know? Like, how do you know?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just better to be like,
It
I'm
fucking
sorry for what
sucks.
you're going through. Yeah.
It
Like
fucking
you
sucks.
just said, right. Like that. Like he said that would
I'm
just
gonna
drive
be
him
the Hallmark
crazy.
card that says it fucking sucks.
Right. He's like, I
Seriously.
so bad, but he doesn't say, because he knows people are being kind, but yeah, it's better
They
to be
they they
real.
do. They're not saying it to be unkind.
Right. Yeah. That was the biggest thing he didn't like.
But like that's what I mean. Like when someone is gonna be real with you, but like this bitch wants to bring up an event, like an event, and then say she's not talking about children.
Right. It's based the whole thing is based upon
The
children. I mean,
entire subject matter is based on children.
right.
So you're not gonna isolate part of the event. Hold on, there's a
Right.
little bit more. Can I play a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright.
What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. arguing with me about fucking shit. Fuck you. My daughter's been fucking harassed. I've been harassed. I got fucking stage 4 cancer. I fucking matter, alright? Fucking harassing my neighbors. Yeah, fucking come in here and attacking me. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck, Hit Party? I never did shit to you. And Cindy, I never did shit to you. Jesus Christ. Give a fuck about other people. You let him be, rest in peace. You just did a fucking video about him fucking a week ago. Shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Fucking acting like my fucking daughter didn't matter enough. Fuck you.
All I
Yeah,
said was
Marcy's
let them be,
so
rest
sad.
in peace. All I said was let them be, rest in peace.
Right. But you see, you didn't make it about her. So how dare you? You know what I mean? She turned straight
Oh
up
my God, I
fucking
know.
evil because you
I know.
weren't making it poor her.
I know.
Poor her and her poor daughter.
Self-control, God. You know yourself, control. You know yourself how bad these people are trolls and suicide trolls. You know it, Cindy.
They do?
You know it. You know it. Nobody was. You're absolutely right. Nobody was. So I don't know why you came in and said that. Why are you capitalizing? Nobody was talking about it. Nobody even mentioned
Oh,
it.
she's talking to me in the chat.
It was about the connection and how weird the community is. It had nothing to do with kids.
Has nothing to do with kids. Do you hear that?
It's all about
You hear
kids.
that?
What is this
Has
bitch
nothing to
talking
do with kids.
about? Wow, what is she
Had nothing to
talking
do.
about?
Yeah. Let me rewind that.
How weird the community is. It had nothing to do with kids at that time.
This dumb bitch.
At the time. Had nothing to do with kids at the time. You see how she really quickly says those things?
Hell yeah. What do you mean, you dumb bitch? It doesn't have nothing to do with kids. Are you stupid? I mean, what the fuck is she talking about? It's all about kids. It only has to do with kids.
Thank you,
Wow.
Random.
Why are you capitalizing? Nobody was talking
I'm
about it.
capitalizing to tell you to shut the fuck up.
It was about the connection and how weird the community is.
And how
It's literally like she's looking for sympathy for her and her daughter off
could
of
she
your
not say?
nieces.
Could she not ever say, "I am so very sorry for your loss, Cindy"?
Right. Well, can't you? Well, yeah, well, and meanwhile, she's telling you to think about other people.
She's
Are
like,
you fucking
"Shut the-"
kidding
she's
me?
telling me to shut the fuck up, and you shut the fuck up. God damn it! No, let them rest in peace. You give a fuck.
Right.
I said, could you just stop and please let them rest in peace?
No, we weren't. No, we weren't.
Well, how dare you not go in there and make it about her?
No, I
You hear that?
wasn't. I was saying I find it really
Fuck
odd
you,
when
bitch.
that is-
Fuck you. Ready?
Right.
No, we weren't. No, we weren't. Don't try to fucking put that in. Fuck you, bitch. No, I wasn't. I was saying I find it really odd. This community, that community was involved and mentioned in a book. Okay? That has nothing to do with kids.
Okay.
Okay, that has nothing to do with kids. The whole point of the whole story about the book is because it
It's
has to do with
kids.
kids. Okay.
This dumbass, like, she just sounds stupid, you know? That's why they say you shouldn't talk about things you know nothing about because you look like an ass.
So that
Only in
was that.
fear.
I'm glad I got that out tonight because I did not even plan on doing that, but I'm glad that I did.
It's been bugging you. I know that.
I mean, how could it not bug me?
Right.
Does somebody want me to like lay over and like allow somebody to I don't know, like
Very spiteful, random. Very
dance
fucking
on my
spiteful.
niece's grave? I mean, I'm her voice here,
Right.
I mean, that was my princess.
And then, I meant to say you just did a video. Bitch, that was a memorial for
I didn't
her
even do a
niece.
video. I did
I
a community
know, I
post.
know. And it
And
was
even if I
for
did a video, she tells me I'm trying to capitalize on it. Bitch, are you fucking kidding me? This
how?
live that you did, you fucking made it members only, so you had to pay to see it. That's a grifter if I ever saw a fucking grifter of my
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. What do you
like.
mean capitalize on it? That's her niece. So what, we can't post a memory of our loved ones? Like, you don't even know this, nobody from it. SG, nobody from it, and for you to be talking about it. You know what I mean? It's crazy to me that she even did it. But I don't know why I'm shocked. It's SG.
No, but like the shock value is just like I don't even know. Like that's where I'm like, you know, do we make up things like in our own heads? Like she's not right, she's not okay, she's I don't know.
Right, and it's the same thing as saying, "Oh, addicts do this, and they get a pass because of it." No, it's the same thing. No, doesn't matter if she's
Well,
not right. She knows it's wrong. Period. She knows it's wrong, and she's still doing it.
well, like when I went in there and I said, "Why are you bringing up Sandy Hook?" Like if I was talking about something and I was not like in a hateful rage at that moment, like she wasn't in a hateful rage, right? So she
Right.
wasn't in the moment of being hateful, and then she became hateful when I questioned it when I came in.
Well, yeah. Well, she turned hateful though because you didn't make it about her, like what she was trying to do.
Well, she was.
That's when she got
Marty says
hateful.
she can't ever respect that turd. No, random. She said she goes. She's trying to. She told me I'm trying to capitalize, and I'm like, my shit's not monetized, bitch. Like, how do you think I'm capitalizing on it? You know, she's no better than the Alex Jones and the fucking all those people. You know.
Right. She's just a hateful, spiteful bitch. I just don't understand how she can compare the two. I'm still baffled by that. The day I heard it, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, you can't compare the two. It doesn't make sense. That's how you know the bitch is not in her right mind. How would you compare the two? Period. Well, and this makes sense. This is why her daughter can't stand her, why her daughter has nothing to do with her, why she was alone on the holidays. Well, and this makes sense. This is why her daughter. But it really does, That says a lot. That's very telling when you have nobody around you for the holidays. I tell you, like my sister, I think my parents feel bad, and that's why, they're there. But you push people away, your bitterness and woe is me all the time. It just gets old. And I think that her daughter's done with her ass. I don't blame her.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing of it is that like my niece will never be here again.
Right.
Not on this earth, you know.
Right.
And I'm not trying to make it like so like, crazy sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is just like this is indicative of the behavior.
Right. And it is sad. It's very sad, and it definitely shouldn't just be talked about by some fucking crazy lady out there like her. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, when she runs to bring up the event, like then bring it up, but like back up your fucking story, bitch.
Right.
You know?
Like, I don't think that her parents would appreciate knowing that this batshit crazy lady's out there talking about their deceased daughter. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why my family has always been very private about things, you know.
Right. Because of people just like her.
100%.
I mean, SG, if you were in this little girl's parents' face, would you say, "Well, nobody cared about my daughter"? You think they would give a fuck? Like your daughter's right there. Like think about how stupid you sound saying stuff like this.
She does speak about a lot of horrible things, Marcy. You're absolutely right. You
She
know, and
wants
I'm
living in misery.
bringing it up now because, she keeps bringing me up in her. She brought me up in her comments to eBayers the other day. I'm sorry, on her community post. I really I've not talked, I don't talk about her. Like, I don't really need to talk about her.
Right.
No,
No, me neither, Marcy. I don't see no good in her at all.
listen, muy bonita.
That's a dark
la
soul.
cabeza.
That is a dark, twisted soul.
Está loca en la cabeza.
My brother had one child, and before he passed, he spent his time with that child and us, of course, but you would never see him doing what she's doing. You know what I mean? Never.
I can't even think that there was a day in my life that I was presented with where my kids would never know me. And that's a very true statement.
Yeah. That's scary.
Oh God, dude, it was so scary. And I looked up at I remember being wheeled into surgery after surgery after surgery, on gurney after gurney, and I was lucid to a certain point, and I would talk with my heart surgeon or his head nurse, and I would grab them by their arms. They'd be wheeling me into another surgery, and I would say, and they go, "What, honey? What, Cindy?" And I go, "Are my babies okay? Are my babies okay?"
Right.
And they'd say, "Honey, your babies are fine." I said, "Are they? Tell me the truth. Are they healthy? Are they okay?" And they go, "Honey, your babies are absolutely 100% healthy. They're fine." I go, "Good. Now do whatever you got to do to me so I can go back to being their mom."
Right.
And that is the true love of a mother. And,
Mhm.
and until you become one, you don't know until you know.
Right.
I grab these people by their arms, whatever extremity I could reach up to grab them. And I'm not like that. Like, I'm not like that kind of a person. And I became that kind of a person to say, yo, 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 wait a minute, hold on. Don't do anything.
Right.
Random. She says, "Cindy, I saw the news video you did, but did you ever make a live video?" No, no, not no. No, not really. I did an interview with my heart surgeon, which you guys have seen, which is what I'm assuming you're referring to, random. No, I never really did a live video. That's actually a really good question, random. Um, did you hear the full story of when my heart surgeon and I did a little video about what I went through back then? Okay, you did hear that. Okay. Yeah, no, thank you. That's actually a really good point, random. Thank you for saying that. Like, she doesn't know the ins and outs.
Right.
Yeah, my heart surgeon and I did a video.
See, and we have that info that you put out there. Like, what? How come we don't see anything like that from her? If she wants so badly for people to believe her, you know what I
That's
mean?
when she started getting even more mad at me.
Right. Because it was putting her on the spot. Like that's when
Correct.
people are like, why don't you do
Marcy,
that?
you didn't know about my heart surgery? Hey, DJ Fruit Loops, thank you. Welcome. Hi, honey.
Hi, DJ.
Marcy, you didn't know about my heart surgery? Wow. No, it's okay. Okay, you guys gotta teach me something. If I want to share a video while I'm live, how do I do it? If I wanted to share a video right now, do you guys know how to do it? Darcy. No. Don't be sorry, Marcy. Oh my God, please don't ever be sorry. See, this is where I'm like, nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know.
Cindy's itty bitty tiny, but this is one strong woman right here for what she's been through. Like, that's crazy what she's been through.
It is. I know.
The little ones are the feisty ones.
Dude, I'm like a chihuahua, man. I'm telling you. Do you guys know how to share a video? Like, if I wanted to play a video right now, dude, this
I
is
don't
where I
know how
don't
to do
know.
all that.
You guys, Marcy, I want to play the video now for you to see or for you to listen to.
I
Okay,
wonder.
I need a tech expert. Hello, seeking tech expert right now.
KFC, she's the smart one with this stuff.
Your KFC is like sleeping right now.
Oh yeah,
No,
probably.
she's sleeping.
It's only 10:30 here, so I forget you guys are ahead.
It's not that late. I want to play the video. Marcy, do you know how I? No, I'm not going to share the link. I want to play the video while I'm live with you guys. Okay. Okay, hold on. How do I?
Random, no. Just joking.
All right, how do I? Okay, how? Okay, I'm gonna Google this shit. How? Come on, you fucker! Somebody knows.
Somebody's got him. I go to you for everything, Cindy, so I don't know how to do all that.
I mean, I've learned how do I play a video while on. Man.
KFC really is smart with this stuff, though.
Yeah, should I call her and wake her up?
I mean, just text her and see if she's awake. I seen KFC earlier in Bobbles, random.
I just text her. I said, "Are you up? Or I need your help."
She's really smart with this stuff, though.
I don't know how to share a fucking video. Random, we're having girls chat. Oh, you mean, oh, I know what random means.
What'd
Hold
she say?
on.
Let's have girls chat.
I guess, hold on. I'm looking for 1 second.
Okay. I think she's on the phone with KFC. She's going to help us with sharing it. I'm over here plucking my eyebrows, and Peanut's over here looking herself like crazy. Peanut, they can hear you. Yes, Miss KFC will save the day. She's so good with this stuff. Earlier, we couldn't figure out something on Bubbles, and KFC said how to do it, and boom, it worked. I'm like, thank God she was here. Random, I was just thinking too, I'm so glad you did not meet with Tom. I did not know you were that close with meeting up with him. Oh my gosh. Hell no, girl. Don't ever do that. That guy's a fucking weirdo. How did I not know that, random? I wonder how that got past me. Can you guys hear me? Okay. I think we're gonna- KFC is a sweetheart.
All right, she's trying to tell me that I have to have a paid plan, but I don't have a paid plan, so it can't
Oh
happen.
man. Right, random. That's true. Oh, dang it. So we can't share it, Cindy.
That's okay. Hang on. I can still share it. Ugh.
Still much more, I think, to cover, random.
Oh, I think I might be able to do share screen. Hold on.
Okay.
I might be able to do it.
No, Cindy?
I'm going to try this again. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm trying to do this. Oh, I can't do it. I can't search while I'm.
Can you post a video of it after we end?
Yeah, no, the video is posted in my community page.
How did we know the beautiful KFC would know though?
Kiersey's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I'm just trying to share. Oh my god! All right, hold on. All right, hang on. Okay. I'm gonna do this the best way I can. So bear with me, guys. Okay. All right. Is Marcy Darcy here? Marcy, are you here, honey?
I haven't seen her in a minute. Let's see. Yes, she is.
Okay, good. Okay. Hold on one second.
Yes, Marcy. I love KFC. She's a sweetheart.
I'm gonna try to do this the best that I can. All right. You guys see it?
Yes.
I was pregnant with twins. I knew that I was having two boys. I was about 37 and a half weeks, so I was technically full term. I went to go visit my OBGYN, and at that point, they were telling me that I was preeclamptic. My blood pressure was a little bit high, so they wanted to send me to the hospital. And in doing so, I basically was induced. And after about 2.5 days of being induced, I had a C-section. So I gave birth to my boys. They actually have different birthdays, which we think is really cool. One was born at 11:59 on October 27th, and the other one was born at midnight on October 28th. I was in the hospital for about 5 days to recover from the C-section. And right before I was discharged, I was having a little bit of trouble breathing. They did some chest x-rays. They said that there was some fluid in my lungs, but it was nothing to be concerned about because basically I had been pumped full of fluid for a number of days with being induced. I was then discharged and I was sent home. That entire night was completely grueling for me. I was having a lot of trouble breathing. I felt very fatigued. I couldn't walk from one end of the room to the other without feeling like I was almost going to collapse. I had to sit down. And I didn't know what I was supposed to feel like because this was my first pregnancy, my first childbirth. So I wasn't sure if this was something that was normal, but I knew myself and I knew that I just didn't feel normal. I knew that I wouldn't feel 100%. So we called the doctor the next day. We kept saying that I just wasn't feeling right. And basically by the end of the day, I was really having a lot of trouble breathing. I was really concerned because I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't walk. I could barely speak. I couldn't lay down. It almost sounded like you could hear fluid in my lungs as I was breathing. I sounded like a science experiment. So my husband called the doctor again. They said to get me to the emergency room. So he drove me to Yale. And basically I was taken in right away. And that is really my last memory of everything.
Well, Cindy was very sick when I got called.
It was my heart surgeon.
One of my partners was the cardiologist, Dan Jacoby, really in the middle of the night. She was admitted to Dan's service with really profound heart failure. Her heart, which usually works at about 60 to 70%, was working at about 5% efficiency. And what had happened as a result of that was that her blood pressure was very low. Her lungs had filled up with fluid. She was having difficulty breathing, and her other vital organs had all started to shut down as well. So she was in kidney failure and liver failure as well.
I was seen by cardiologist and my heart surgeon, Dr. Monhi, and they basically determined that I had postpartum cardiomyopathy.
Dr. Jacoby took Cindy to the cardiac catheterization laboratory in the middle of the night, where he was able to establish the diagnosis that she was basically in a condition that we call cardiogenic shock, which meant that she literally had minutes to hours to live.
Minutes to hours.
He called me at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and we quickly evaluated Cindy at the bedside and decided that the only way to support her in this situation was to take her to the operating room to implant basically an artificial lung in order to support her lungs, and 2 artificial heart pumps, one to support each side of her circulation.
They had to do emergency open heart surgery, where I was hooked up to a number of machines that basically pumped my heart for me, so my heart was allowed to rest.
Well, Cindy wasn't able to communicate with us at this point because she was asleep in a medically induced coma and on the ventilator. So most of the discussions I had at this time was with her husband and with her parents. As you can imagine, they were already fairly anxious because she had 2 young babies who were just a few days old.
He was so genuine with myself, with my family, even when I was under, explaining to them, explaining to me everything that had happened and what he was doing to correct the problem.
We took Cindy to the operating room and were able to implant these devices and were able to support her very well on these devices for the next 4 to 5 days. And quite amazingly, during this period of time, she woke up, she started to respond to us, her kidneys and her liver got better, and her lungs demonstrated this dramatic improvement in their function.
I was out for about 5 days, and they woke me up. Well, yeah, it was Wednesday when I went in, and then they woke me up on that Saturday, and I had no recollection of anything other than getting to the emergency room, and that's basically when they told me what had happened to me.
We were able to get her off the artificial lung shortly thereafter. A few days later, we checked her heart function, and her heart function had improved almost to normal as well. So Dr. Jacoby and I, at that point, who had been thinking about putting her on the transplant list for our heart, decided to take her back to the operating room to see if we could successfully get these devices out. And sure enough, we were.
I was in ICU for about 3.5 weeks. Originally, the prognosis wasn't very good in the beginning, but for some reason, because of my health, because I was so good during my pregnancy to make sure that I ate the correct things and exercised and all of that, my heart completely regained on its own, which they're saying is a complete miracle in and of itself. They were originally telling my husband that I might be in the hospital for 8 months to a year. And I looked at them and I said, there's no way I'm staying here. I'm leaving. I'm going home. I have babies that I have to take care of. And I was out of there in about 3.5 weeks to go home. And it's been a little bit of a long process for recovery. But now I feel great. Everything is good. I'm back to work. The kids are great. They're 18 months now. It's gone by so fast. So it's all kind of a blur at this point.
Quite amazingly, just 5 or 6 days after arriving, at our hospital in such extreme condition of illness, Cindy had demonstrated essentially a complete recovery, and was able to go home with her babies just a few days after that. So, she's a wonderful woman and an incredible fighter and survivor, and it's always been wonderful to have her come back and visit with us.
The best part about everything that happened to me, if there is a bright side to look at it, I would have to say is Dr. Mangi. Waking up in ICU, especially.
So that's my story. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a tough cookie.
I mean, I watched that video to this day, and I can't believe that that's me.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I can't believe. Honestly, I'm like, I can't believe that that's me. Like, I just.
Oh,
don't fucking make me cry.
Well, you're a warrior. Look at that. And Random also had a warrior.
Did you
warrior
hear
in her family.
That's my dude. That's the man that saved my life. Oh my God.
I bet it brings up like all kinds of emotions and everything up again, huh, Cindy?
Yeah, but it does. But it does. It really does. Because when you go through something like that, it's a very surreal experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm not gonna lie. Every birthday that my kids have, I text them. This has been 12 years since this has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Every year he gets a message, and you know what I get back? He does what he does because he has a very unsuccessful rate because most of the people that he tries to work on don't survive. So I was like this anomaly, that survived,
Right.
because no one really expects a young mom to die like that,
Right.
I think my thing with the whole thing in the community is that, no one is supposed to be, in my opinion. I went through a life-altering event, and I would never behave the way that some people behave.
Right.
But I'm not those people. I am not inside their minds. I'm not those people. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like most normal people, they don't want the clout and all that, and that's just not who we're talking about. That one is definitely not you.
Mercy. So after I went through this, my mom, for just context of the story, I went through this, and then my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I was like, oh fuck no, we didn't know what stage it was at or where she was at,
Mm-hmm.
and shortly thereafter, my niece's school has gone down, and we have that on our plates. And so,
Right.
I mean, when I tell you, it was literally one thing after another, and it wasn't like small time shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Life-changing stuff,
Thank you, Marcy.
Definitely not occasions. This is real life
No,
threatening
not
shit.
not even events. I mean, like, listen, like this bitch wants to talk about events. You don't get to say events.
Right,
Thank you, random. That video was done almost. It was done 11 years ago.
right.
Yeah, it was done 11 years ago.
I bet when you look at it, you're like, damn, I have overcame so much in my life. Like nothing can knock you down at this point because look what you've
No,
already conquered,
no.
It's fucking amazing.
My mother sat there in a hospital room with them telling her that her daughter's going to die. And she was like, nope. Now, this is before she knew the, the good outcome of this, right? So
Mhm.
she's being told this. And this is my mother. And this is why I love my mother's stubbornness. She goes, no, no, not my daughter. No, no, she's not ready. And
She's
she
like,
was
nope.
right. And she was right. And she was right. And she was right. And I have so much love for people. Like, I never talk about SG's daughter. I don't talk about people's children. And for her to come in and say something about the event that killed my niece and 20 other children and or 19 other children and 6
Thank you,
other
Marcy.
adults.
Hmm.
Thank you, Marcy. For her to say, fuck you, bitch. I wasn't asking her to be like coy. I wasn't asking her to be, listen, I could be a fucking bitch. I could be like, what the fuck are you talking about this, you fucking bitch? You have no right to
Right.
be talking about this, you fucking asshole. That's not what I did. That's not what I said. Those are not the words that came out of my mouth or the words that were typed in her chat. I simply said, why are you talking about Sandy Hook?
Right. Yeah, she's the one who got straight out. Back yeah, with her crazy self.
Did you hear? There was no altering of that video. That was clipped until it went members only, and I'm not a member. So I clipped what I could. That is not altered on any level.
Right. Yeah, no, she was just straight up fucking evil. Because, like I said, you didn't go in there making it about her. What do
I
you
never
mean?
go.
I don't like the whole part of can't you care about other people? What the fuck do you mean? See, you care about people every day, all day. This bitch is the one that needs to care about about somebody else other than her fucking self in stage 4 mountain cancer. God, that shit pisses me off. I just get so
You know what
annoyed.
it's like to deal with a narcissist?
Fuck.
I'm going to tell you a really funny story that happened today. Like, this is a really funny story. This is a really funny story. I was talking to my kid's father.
Hmm.
Just simple conversation, about this weekend coming up. I'll pick the kids up at this point, because there's a snowstorm looming in our area, right?
Right.
So, like, we were talking about, my ex and I have a good relationship when it comes to my kids. It's business only, right? And he makes a comment to me about, well, if you really want to get your way, just start using that nagging voice. This is what my ex says to me today. He goes, just use that nagging voice. I go, the what? Wait, what? What are you saying? He goes, the nagging voice. You'll get your way anytime if you just keep using that nagging voice that you know how to use. I go, oh, I don't think that comes out unless I'm talking to you. I think you bring that out. I said this to him. I go, I don't think anybody brings that out of me unless it's you. I was like, okay, talk to you later. Have a nice day. And like, that's like how good I've become. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what?
You get what you give.
Dude, I'm like, I don't think Mark knows about like the nagging voice. I'm like, the what? The what? Which
That's
is
funny.
so funny that he said that. And like, that's where I'm at. I mean, I know I'm here for a reason.
Right.
I know that there are people that aren't, and that plagued me for a very long time. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, because you know, like you face death, you stared it right in the face. You know what I mean?
Dude, I mean, yeah,
You're like, why am I here? But this person was like that plays in your
exactly.
head.
It's like
Yeah.
survivor's guilt almost. Yeah.
You know, remember when I told you how I got in my wreck and we rolled 6 times? Well, not even 2 weeks later, we read in the paper that a lady, she was 48 years old, had rolled once and she died from rolling once, the same highway. How did she die rolling once and we survived 6? You know what I mean? So you think about
Mhm,
stuff like that. You're like, what the fuck? You know,
mhm.
you're here for a reason. We're here for a reason. You know, we don't know what that is, but we're here.
Yeah, I mean, I know I am.
Right. There's a reason you're still here, and you know your kids need you, and your man needs you, your family needs you, we need you, but there's a reason.
Oh, I mean, I know 100% it was my kids that needed me, you know, at that time, you know.
Well, and sometimes too, you know, we're supposed to meet people and be in their lives, and it may not be forever, but for that period of time, we were supposed to be there, and now it's our time to not be there. I believe that firmly too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Oh, Marcy. She said, Cindy and Melissa, I'm happy that I finally am getting to know you lovely ladies. Yeah, and
Oh,
it is
same
cute.
here.
Yeah.
Same here, beautiful Marcy. I've met some,
You
like I
know
said,
what,
I've met some
Marcy?
good
I
people
mean,
in here.
it's not so bad that there's only a couple people chatting, but you know what? Everybody that's here is chatting tonight.
Right. So, you know, me, Cindy, and Rhonda, we have some good, deep conversations outside of YouTube. And so we were like, why not bring it to a live? You know what I mean? Because
Right.
we love a lot of people on here too. And just because they're not in our combo, we want them to be able to be in our combos. And,
Yes.
you know, so it's nice to be able to do that with people. I would rather have that than so many people and it's going too fast and you don't know. You know what I mean? I feel like you can be more, get to know each other on a better level when it's like that, when it's super chilled, you know?
Yes, Marcy. Yeah. No,
I've
Melissa, you're
gotten
right.
to yeah, I've gotten to know people more on here by us doing stuff like that. Like, I mean, I never got the chance to talk to the beautiful Marcy Darcy ever. You know what I mean? And you know
Really?
yeah, I never did ever. But since we've been able to do these chilled lives, that's when I've been able to like reach out and talk to her. Um, and by the way, thank you, Potato Drunk and Mary, because you posted a video of Darcy being beautiful, and that's how I found Darcy. And I was like, "Oh, she is pretty. I'm following her." You know. So sometimes our haters broadcast for us. So thank you, Potato. Yeah, and I was able to like actually reach out to her because I'm blocked in Mary's, so I never could before.
That's
Come
so
here,
great.
puppies. Right. I think my dog has a belly ache because her little belly's making noises and she's not like active.
Hmm.
I know. I'm like, what's wrong? But yeah, no, I'm glad that we do stuff like that.
Yes,
More
Marcy.
time to
Some good
talk.
comes out of bad. Yes.
Right. I like it too. It's very chilled.
No, it is. It's very chill. We always have been very chill over here. You know?
Right. I do have to say it was such a weird, not weird, but familiar, awkward. Never thought I'd be back here again with tonight when I was in Bubbles. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been forever since I've been here. But I have to say, it felt good. Like it feels good to make changes. You know, sometimes you got to be the bad guy and knock drama down when it's starting. And if that makes me a bad guy, then so be it. Because I would rather move on from an argument. We can argue all day, we can have disagreements all day. But if you can move past it, that's what really is truly telling. You know, if you can't move past things, you're gonna be stuck in the mud the rest of your life. I don't want that. So I have to say tonight it felt good, you know, being like, hey, you know, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, you know.
I'm just looking through something real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, Marcy, I believe that. Some good comes out of the bad, and it's true. Shit happens, and sometimes we're mad, hurt, devastated, whatever, and don't understand why we're going through it. And then something good comes of it, and you're like, wow, you know. My mom always says that everything happens for a reason, and I believe that. I just want to be like, you know, drama free and enjoy people and learn from each other. And I don't want to blame anybody for my things I've done, said. You know, I just want to not be there anymore, not be that person. I want to know people. I want to learn from them. I can learn a lot from Cindy, Random, all
Oh,
of you guys. I can learn stuff from. You know.
dude.
Thank you, Mercy.
Fucking 10 minutes ago, Sharon puts a post. Oh my God, Melissa is so fake. This is what she said about Cindy going on bobbles.
Right. See, like that's just you're
Oh,
be by your argue by yourself, man. I want no part of that. I don't give a shit what you think I care what you think of me.
Sharon,
Like
no one is talking about you,
nobody,
honey.
right.
No
Nobody
one is.
gives a
Wait, let's see
shit.
what the
Like,
comment says. My response to Melissa suggesting I try to speak to Cindy to work it out. I
oh my
do
God, like,
not want to work out with Cindy.
but here's
I'm
the
good.
thing. Why is she still talking about it?
But
Nobody gives
she
a fuck.
just says,
My God,
this
like,
is my response.
do you not have anything else to talk about, lady? My God, like I'm overdone with you. I don't know why you're so bothered by it, you know? Move the fuck on. Find some new things to talk about in life. I'm sad that you cannot let it go, you know? My
Wait, she
gosh.
goes, wow, that was real unnecessary and dirty of Cindy going on bobbles. I didn't do anything fucking dirty.
Right. I
I'm
mean,
sorry, I'm
just
getting loud. I'm getting
look
loud.
at the who's the person though? Like who cares what
No,
her
I'm getting
opinion
loud.
is?
I'm like, I didn't do anything dirty. I didn't do anything dirty.
Right. But you know that. Don't let her so what let her
No, I'm
think
just
whatever in her own little fucking pathetic world. I don't care. You know what I mean? The opinion of you, your opinion means something to me. Somebody like that, it means nothing to me. You know?
yep, it's the trash versus.
Right. Like if you were to say to me, hey Melissa, this is da da da, it would fucking hurt me. I'd be
No, I got you.
devastated
I
because
got
I
you.
value you in your opinion.
I got you. I
You
no,
know?
no, I know. I know. I know.
Right. Like, yeah, good people like Mercy and you know, random people that I actually look at and have mad respect for. You know, that's who I give a shit what they think of me. I could care less with that.
No, I know. It's just like, you know
Anything.
what? Like SG bringing up the whole like event that happened with my niece and then telling me to shut the fuck up and like even playing back through it like that hurts you guys. Like you guys don't understand like when you're in it, like people always think that like you're so numb to the fact that like, well, you put your shit on social media, so you should be numb to the consequences or the negative comments that come your way. You're not always numb to it, you know?
Right.
You're not always numb to it. I mean, and I've become listen, it took me 10 plus years to talk about my family's tragic events. Literally, it took me 10 years,
Hmm.
you know? And I get it. I get it.
My husband's texting me. He's like, unlock your card because I gotta stop at the store.
Yeah, random.
Yeah, it's just really like, you know, you learn who you value, you know. And see, it's like funny to me that like said person, you know, can't look at the fact that like I will never, I don't like people saying, you know, oh well, you know, I appreciate Bubbles trying to like trying to make it easier, like, you know, well, most I don't blame you for, you know, being under somebody's spell. No, that's not the case. I wasn't under anybody's spell. I will make, you know, I will take full responsibility for my
Yeah,
behavior
you
and how I
atoned for
acted.
your own
Right.
you atoned for your own.
Yeah, and I appreciate, you know, Bubbles making it kind of like I guess she was trying to take the weight off of me. But you know what? No, like I did that shit on my own. Like that had nothing to do with anybody but myself, you know, but also making comebacks and trying to, you know, fix things where I've hurt people and for no good fucking reason. Like that's also all me. You know what I mean? I have my own mind, my own choice, and my own decisions I've made, but I'm also not that person that can't own up to my shit. You think I want to be my age and be like, you know, that said person who can't take any accountability for her actions? Fuck no. I know how I look at people like that. I don't want people to look at me like that. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. So
No, you're absolutely right.
but yeah, I don't give a shit really.
Yeah, Marcy Darcy. Well, we're nearing 2 hours and we're on for 2.5 hours. Can you believe this? No.
Well, let me read Marcy. Look, Melissa, I'm honest. I can't stand follow. But hon, I'm happy you have moved on. Yeah, no, and I get that, Marcy, and that's why I say, like, you know, I don't like when people try to say things like, you know, making it sound like I don't like where people, you know, go into different chats. I'm not that person. I don't care. We all can go wherever we want, like whoever we want. I just don't want to be a part of the bashing anymore. I don't want it brought here. I don't want, you know, I mean, I totally can respect that, you know. I would never change with anybody that I like because of where they go. And I would like the same respect. And all these people on here, they do. Like they all have respect for that. Like it's a matter of respect for each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would never ever change with the beautiful Marcy Darcy just because she doesn't like somewhere I go. You know, because people don't real respectable people, friends, people that actually care about each other, value each other, don't give a shit. I'm not going to change with nobody, no matter where they go or don't go. And when you do that, then you're the one that has a problem, you know, like that's sorry if you miss out on having a friendship with, you know, a certain person because you can't get past something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So no, I appreciate you, Marcy Darcy. Like that's a real one right there for her to say, you know, hey, I'm happy
Absolutely.
for you because you're happy. That's a real,
Absolutely.
yeah. I don't know. I like that. I like people that are like that, you know. I have a niece right now who we haven't seen much of her because she started dating somebody, but she's fucking happy. And I've seen her sad for so long. And today I told my daughter, I was like, oh, I haven't seen, you know, Shantae in a minute, but I'm happy for her because she's living her life. She's happy.
Yeah.
She's moving on. Well, anyway, she was telling me that one of her friends was like, "Oh, I'm happy for you, but," and I'm like, that bitch ain't happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you
The
live your
bug.
life.
Yeah.
When you have
Mm-hmm.
time for us, we're here. But right now, like that's the kind of people I like in my life,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, I agree, Marcy. That's how I feel about you too. You know, I love my people and my friends and people that have shown me love. I'm always going to show them love. But I just want to keep it like that. Like I don't blame anybody for anything that I've done or said, you know?
No, and the fact of the matter is that, like, when SG brings up something about, you know, my family's tragedy, I have every right to say, hey, why'd you bring this up? You know? And I don't deserve this. Shut the fuck up, Cindy. You
Mhm.
know? But that's so indicative of the behavior, you know?
Right.
It's so terrible.
Right.
You know, I mean, I can't even tell you how it's just, even though it's her, but when it's your own personal tragedy, you know, you just can't imagine somebody saying that to you like that, you know?
Mhm.
You just can't.
Thank you, Random. Yeah, no, I get it. I don't know. I don't understand the bitterness, the pettiness. Like I was talking to Random on the phone the other day and I was like, if I give a fuck more what people on social media think of me over what my grandkids think of me, I have a fucking problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's I have a problem. I shouldn't give a shit. And I don't. And I'm not going to. I want to go by what my values are. My values have never been what I've been doing. You know what I mean? What the fuck is wrong with me? Literally is what I've been telling myself. Like I let myself go to a place of SG, like bitterness. And I don't want to be that. Look at SG. How old is she? She's so bitter. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be 60 something and be a
No.
bitter bitch. You know what I mean?
Nope. No. No, he can't be. Nope.
Yeah, it's not good, you know?
No, it's no bueno. Nope.
Cindy's too happy of a person, good vibes, amazing for conversations. Like there's just too many good things about you for this bitch to think she could,
Thank you.
you know, compare the two. Like, what's wrong with you, lady? You know, don't talk about
I
people's lives to
I
me. What the
never
fuck?
have said anything about her family. I've never said anything about her daughter. I wasn't even around then. And I mean, we're OGs in this community. Like you and I are OGs,
Right,
you know?
right. Yeah, that's
But
fuck them. Fuck anybody who doesn't understand it or get it. I don't care. You know, you don't like me and sub for me. I'm still gonna fucking post my foxes tomorrow.
mhm.
I'm gonna always be there on my friends' chats and still gonna talk to my friends behind the scenes. I don't care, you know. I just want to be who I'm supposed to be, meant to be, and not a bitter bitch.
Mhm.
What's that saying? If everybody says you're dead, it's time to lie down. You know what I mean? If you have a problem with so many people and you argue with so many people and you lose so many people, you got to start asking yourself, what the fuck am I doing wrong? And if you can't ask yourself that,
Okay. No, you're absolutely right.
yeah, you got to look at yourself and be like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? I don't know how you can blame everybody for your behavior. I know, Marcy, I love them too. Yeah, it's random's right. It's been happening way too much, and in the past few weeks, it's just like I don't know. Everybody gets to a point where they get fed up.
There's something in the air, you know.
Hmm. But well, I'm going to speak for myself. I tell myself if I'm not careful, I'm going to end up just as bitter ass SG, and I don't want to be that person. If I don't watch myself, I'm going to be just as bitter as Mary and pathetic as Mary and them, and I don't want to be that person. I didn't survive so much of my life just to come on here and be a bitter bitch. You know,
Right.
this is not what I'm supposed to do on here.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't want to get me going because I can go on all night.
Well, I think
Like it
that
literally, huh?
no, I was gonna say I think that there's more to be said about that. Just in general, you know, there is.
Yeah,
There is.
thank you,
There's.
Brandon.
Well, we're gonna talk more about that at some point.
Yeah, I don't want to be like that, you know. You know, and even like the other one, the said one, I don't want to be. I don't know. Like I look at that and I think, man, you can't keep making excuses in life. You like go to rehab, get your shit together, man. Stop blaming everybody for everything. You know, like
Yeah. Well, it's January 5th.
yeah, like if I'm not
January 5th
careful.
today.
Right. If I'm not careful, I'm going to let myself be sucked into that. I was, and I'm just not going to do it. You know, like I knew when I was too much, and I knew when I was causing destruction wherever the fuck I went. I knew it was time. It was time for me to get my shit together. And I don't know how some people don't see that. Like you're the problem. You need fucking help, man. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to end this on a good note tonight. Thank you very much, Melissa, for being here. You guys, we're going to continue this chat. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, for listening, for bearing your way through all this.
Yes. Love you guys. Everybody
love
have a
you all
good
a long
night.
time. And then we are going to do this again soon. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And we will talk again soon. All right, guys?
Have a good night, guys. Love you guys.
All
Bye,
right,
beautiful
have a good
Marcy
one. Love you
Darcy. Bye,
guys.
beautiful Brandon. You too, Marcy Darcy.